When we last left off, our intrepid heroes basically spent a session dealing with the fallout from dealing with Rajan's little group and dismantling their organization. Rajan and Teresh are getting ready to leave the observatory at this point. They've sent out letters to their various accomplices throughout the region, letting them know that it's over and that they're going to go to, well, they're not telling their friends because letters might get intercepted, but they are going to Nahia's island, and maybe they'll peek in on Kunigund. You spent quite a while getting to know Princess Saris. Tarnavak immediately fell in love.
I mean,
Yes,
understandable.
Mori did. Whether or not she will do is a different story. Yeah, most of the session was just spent getting to know Saris and catching her up with things. And the party got ready to head out to the Twin Temples, their next destination. Not all that far away, an ancient temple dedicated both to Woavar and Talion, god of the sun and god of magic, respectively, latter of whom has been dead for a bit over 1,000 years now. So, is there anything anyone needs to accomplish before you set out?
I can pack down the Venus de Ursa that was crafted last session.
The what?
Venus de Ursa. Ursula's, ancient dwarven statue.
Ah, yes. Yes, right. Yes, you have taken your first steps on the exciting road to being a sculptor. Saris is very happy for you.
It was a pretty good role.
It was actually
I'm
really
good with
good, especially for first time. So yeah, got that all packed up and everyone's library books. Saris will remind you all that as much as she likes you guys, the walls of the library are involatile, and so you must return these after 10 years or you will suffer a compounding interest of 200 GP per week.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're serious about getting your books back.
He just nods. These tomes are irreplaceable. We have to get them back, no matter what
Makes
the cost.
sense.
Financial consternation is just the first step. Eventually, a dragon would come and politely but firmly demand the books back.
I was about to ask about that.
That makes sense.
Yes,
Well,
you make a
if we get
very
back-
terrifying repo agent.
If we
It
get
would be
back
pretty scary,
to,
pretty intimidating.
when we get back to Evara, you just make copies.
I don't think that's something you should say in front of the librarian.
Why?
That seems kind of rude.
No, not at all.
Oh,
The idea of having books disseminated to a wider audience is exciting. I wish we'd had that technology more widespread when I was... She gestures around, searching for words. You know.
right. Okay, well, all right then.
It's as long as we get the original copies back. Someone once did actually rent out one of our books and send back a copy. That was very rude. Do not appreciate
Seems
that.
decidedly not particularly safe.
No, but he was a king and also a bibliokleptomaniac, so, you know. I thought he
What
could
an
get away with it.
asshole.
You hear grumblings from Tarnavak's vague direction.
Brand new
Well-
bibliokleptomaniac.
Well, it's bad. Well, I know a word that I learned that I don't think I like that I learned, but when it comes to books, it's anthropodermic bibliology.
What?
August just looks over and says, Gesundheit.
Oh, it's, I'll check it out. It's when it's when you make books out of people.
Battle.
Books out of people.
That's weird and horrifying.
Yeah,
Oh,
I thought the same thing.
Saris will just kind of nod along. We've had a couple of books come in with sapient leather bindings, at least. Necromancy related, mostly as you might expect. We dispose of those and actually just make copies. That's not on.
It's for the best.
Okay.
But anyway, if everyone's got their books nice and secured, then shall we get going? Eager to stretch my legs.
Absolutely.
Wait, what have you been doing for the past 3 days then?
Mostly sitting around with a concussion.
Oh, right. Wait, what? Why?
Well, I don't know if you noticed the bruise under my hairline, but when Tarn woke me up, there was a burst of magic to resuscitate me inside the sarcophagus.
She whacked
Which
her
was
head on
closed.
the casket lid.
Yes,
Oh.
in less elegant terms. I
What?
woke up with a
Ah.
start and bashed my head immediately.
Okay. Now, question. What's resuscitate?
Revive, brought back to life.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
Yes, I suppose when Mother made that particular piece of magical technology, she did not think entirely through what might happen when someone is brought back from effectively dead.
Well, maybe she thought it was supposed to be open.
I don't think it works if it's open. I don't know.
Oh,
Anyway,
well.
regardless, it was impromptu, not her best work. That's fine. I'm alive, though. That's what matters.
Well, that's a good part.
Indeed. And now, time to go out in the sun for the first time in my own body in 1,000 years.
Dragons don't get sunburnt, right?
Sarah just looks at her own skin tone. I don't.
Well, that's good. There you go.
My mother was an ice dragon, though.
Wait,
She would get sunburn.
but wait. You like to sit indoors all the time. How come you're so dark?
My father was a fire dragon.
So racist.
look, I wasn't going to say it.
Yeah, no,
It's okay. I understand fire dragons are quite rare in your time. Perhaps you've never seen one in her human form.
Oh,
Yes,
no, there was Sathia.
we got Sathya, but she was actually quite pale.
No, she's not. She's like dark. Like darker than me.
Whoop, wrong token.
Oh, wait. No, that was just me mixing them up.
Yeah, no, Sathya is black.
Like, yeah, but like, well, she's not like skin color like this. She's just burnt.
Don't say that in front of her. Oh my god.
Ah, just awful.
Sarah's just gonna kind of look at Nahia and say in Draconic, "Why is your dwarf so racist?"
All
Okay,
dwarves
I
are
don't care
racist
if
at
they-
heart.
Okay, I don't care. How many fucking black people have we fucking seen?
Hi.
No, you're
We've been traveling with a gigantic black woman this entire time, and we also went to literally huge, like a dragon named after Amazon Island. Half of them were like incredibly tan.
Bro, that's not black. What
I'm
the
just
fuck
gonna
are you
sit-
going on about?
I'm just gonna sit here and exist.
Yeah.
Anyway, now that you've
Yeah.
made Saris uncomfortable, she's just gonna leave. She's gonna go.
Let's get moving.
Oh.
And yeah, you guys can hop on a boat and head back out from the lake to Dethick Dale.
Oh, I guess I got Valera back.
Yeah, you popped down and came back while Saris was recovering.
I'm gonna make sure to tell her that I missed her so dearly.
Aww.
Her
You feel-
ever-presence was sorely missed.
You feel the sensation of a great big squishy hug all around you.
How does she feel now that she's been juiced up with a lot more magic?
She can't quite tell yet. She doesn't feel any different, but she's still getting used to it. It might take a
Okay.
while, hopefully, if anything's going to change, but thus far, no sensational change.
Maybe we have to switch.
Oh, did we get an answer back from Cass, by the way?
What about?
Dethick Dale?
Yes, he jokingly told us that he should be the one in charge of Dethick Day. But then we said, no, we should not do that. And I think he said, wait, no, that was basically it.
Something maybe Cuffs and I remember something like that.
Yeah, he didn't give you a concrete answer on a candidate, but he said he would talk to some people, see if he could maybe track down Frida, but she's kind of a wanderer at heart, so probably not her. But maybe one of her other students who isn't already landed.
He knows her. He can literally just give her a sending.
Yes. But if he has,
God,
then you have not gotten a response from him on the subject yet.
Well, yeah, we've been a fucking trans-dimensional hellscape cut off from everything.
Yes. Yeah, there's not a pending message that blinks in anyone's mind when they leave the dungeon.
Okay. Well, at least we can mention to those that are still there that we have looked into seeing if we can get another teacher.
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple of students still here, but not really all that many. Those who are here will be happy to hear it, but most of them have already made plans to go back home, wherever that might be. So,
It'll be filled with new nerds one day.
Monday.
Yeah.
So, for this particular day, though, the trip to the Twin Temples, you have Mori and August in the party effectively at the same time, albeit in different corporeal forms so that they aren't trying to murder each other. So finding your way up to this place is not really a challenge, but it is more or less hidden up in a valley, you will come to find, and it'll be quite a trek getting there, so I will need travel rolls to make your way. Probably take about a day, considering difficult terrain, but also Ursula's speediness.
He's probably just been quiet and pensive the entire time.
Quiet and
Okay.
pensively, give me some travel rolls, please.
Mercy's on her way.
I know, I saw.
Correct.
Okay.
Oh, damn it.
Nice.
That's
Do I need to-
also good and bad at the same time. Like, well, we're not getting to the temple this season.
I say,
Oh,
Is there a-
please. What
there a
could
stealth-
possibly get between us?
It's a bump in the road, Kina. It's
It's
a bump in the
it's
road.
so close, though.
Oh,
Oh.
God damn it.
Oh, god damn it.
Well,
Okay,
it's not-
well, I guess that's happening.
no.
It wasn't something before. It certainly is now.
Yeah, it's certainly a thing now. Let's see. Okay. Kina, would you roll me?
Sorry.
One
Would you
time we
kindly
did-
roll me 1d8, please?
1d8?
Mhm.
Sure.
Okay. And let's see, Szooth, you're rolling stealth or scouting. Let's see, a 19. DCL, would you re-roll that stealth check for me, please? Just do ye old roll off, because I'm not sure who would win in a situation like this if it's a tie.
Oh, all right. If I had advantage, still 23.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
you will not be seen. Whom's the fuck? I just loaded up a map and was like, who are you? Who are you people? No. Give me just a minute to set something else up on a different map.
Hey there.
Oh, hi, Mers.
It's a mercy.
It is.
The Merzendi.
The party made some travel rolls to get to the temple and rolled 2 crits.
Of course we did.
The next session, we're finally gonna get to the temple.
There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, perfect.
Okay, Mars, did you have anything you needed to prepare and stuff before we headed out?
All right, I think I owed Savin questions for research action.
Yeah. That was the plan. If you need to delay that to clear the sleep out of your mind, that's totally fine. We can do that between sessions or whenever.
I'll make my intelligence roll now.
Yeah.
So, as expected, 2 question.
You get to a question on a 28.
It does cap out at 2. It's 0, 1, or 2.
Be right back.
Sure.
I mean, the thing I really want to look into is mirror law. I don't have, like, specific questions prepared for that, though.
That's fine. You can just ask whenever you can formulate something. I will wait for Kina to get back, I guess. This is vaguely Hashat relevant.
Oh boy. Is it somebody she fucked before? Or should have fucked?
Now it's just somebody that she used to know.
Oh. Actually, I guess since Szooth was scouting ahead, we can start with his perception of things. So, you guys are making your way up the mountainsides into a quite long, narrow valley, but there are still rocky outcroppings and copses of trees to make your way through. And as you're doing so, Szooth, you scout ahead of the group, keeping low and fast as little kobolds tend to do. When something piques your senses, a sensation of crawling over your skin, just a flash, a momentary thing, but enough to draw your attention to a little ravine off the beaten path. So you turn your attention that way, towards what could very easily be a threat on the horizon, and peer down. What you see, however, are a couple of familiar figures standing in a circle of standing stones, old stones, and rougher shape than Stonehenge itself. There are a pair of centaurs, of all things, these standing stones. And between them, as their arms are raised, you see a crackling blue flame roaring to life. Indeed, as you sneak just a little bit closer, you realize that, indeed, there is the familiar centauric figure of the alchemist Jacquard Lontek. Seems to be conducting some
Oh,
sort
dear.
of ritual.
Moonbeam Chan.
Yes.
Oh. Oh dear.
Oh, guys, look at what it is.
Oh my goodness.
Hmm. Well, that's unexpected.
What ho?
You step forward and say hello, and there's a momentary flinch from the alchemist himself, but he keeps his attention off you. He remains focused on this roiling flame. Jakara, the little Hashat lookalike, hops off of a perch nearby and just waves her hands at you. Shh.
Yeah, let's not interrupt the ritual, Nahia.
A shot will lean down and whisper to Jakara, "What's going on here?"
It's a ritual. Can't you see?
Yeah, I see that. What a ritual for what?
She gives you a look like, I don't know. Horsey tail whips a couple times before she finally says, it's a seeing ritual. Dad's trying to glimpse something in the flames. Old magic.
Like, not like a scrying. Like to see the future?
She nods. Not the future, but something outside of normal perception.
Hmm.
There's a crackle in the flames behind you. Sparks fly. And the thing gutters out, almost limply, dissipating into fumes and smoke. Jakar scowls, crosses his arms. Another waste of time. Not your fault, though. Hello, friends. Well met. Long time no see.
Yo.
Hello there.
It's good to see you again, Jakar.
Exactly. Was it there you were trying, my friend?
Something like scry. You know the word mancy? Root pyromancy?
Generally, yes.
Originally it meant trying to divine the future from the planes. There's a bit of truth to that. But it's not reliable magic. Alas.
Wouldn't you have to be on friendship terms with Agaresh for that to have any kind of luck?
Oh, more like Vulcanus, but
Well, that's unfortunately never happening anymore.
indeed. Without a primordial of flame around, this sort of magic's not what it used to be.
What if you had one of his priestesses?
No, it wouldn't work. It's not about knowing the spells, it's about having the connection. And right now, there's nothing to connect to.
Hmm.
It's a void in the pantheon. But it was worth a shot.
I wonder if there won't be a new flame god to step into that place.
Perhaps someday.
I was
I imagine Senatrea can have more children. One of them will surely fill the void eventually.
Or maybe I was thinking that maybe Vulcanus has something like what De Hague had, with a ring that would. De Hague had a ring that, if you wore it and performed some certain acts, he could come back even from the dead.
Oh, is that how the Sly Dog did it? Well,
Yeah,
that explains some things.
He was conceived with a artifact ring.
we dusted it.
Absolutely. Oh, we have so much blue lightning.
Good.
He's gone for good now.
Well, How did those potions of regeneration work? I don't see Nahia with you.
She is looking after some kids. She's been doing well, though. Thank you very much for those.
Any time, though. Do recall you do owe me a favor for those.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
recall.
Hmm.
I think
Yeah.
we can't pay all of those with Hashat's vagina, then.
Excuse
What vagina would that be? But setting that aside.
Her pussy.
That is not. I've told you several times that is not the medical term for it.
You're talking to a.
Sorry, you're right.
To a
I
veteran,
forgot
but-
Hashat's part Minotaur. It's her Moosey.
Yes, there you go.
Oh no! How did I make this worse?
It's even worse
Jakar
than
reaches
it
up, just slaps him upside the back of the head. Dad, gross.
More pointed to the fact is that it's more how you make her your bitch when you have a little fun together. Less than any anatomical
It's-
matters.
Excuse me.
That's the only time I've seen you sub, or well, heard you sub quite loudly.
Cass managed it once.
I wasn't around for that, I suspect.
That scowl. Moo.
Jakar looks incredibly pleased with himself, but he'll shake his head. Alas, these are the sorts of favors that require people with specific skill sets. Adventure
All right.
skill sets. But I can see you're busy. He will glance past Hashat for the first time towards a certain elf chilling in the background. I'd hate to interrupt important questing. My issues can wait until you've got those rings of regeneration. You know where my camp is, after all. I'll be waiting.
Hey, can you cook up more of those?
More potions or the rings?
No, the regeneration potion.
I can, yes.
Oh, cool.
They aren't cheap, but yes, if things take longer than you'd anticipated, I can
It
continue
just
to
holds
brew
up. It
those.
just holds out a fat stack of sack. Like,
All right, well, thought you'd have
Classic
those
Ursula.
rings come spring, but if things are diverting your attention, I'm
No, we
happy
do
to take
have
your
to
coin.
head that way very soon.
yeah.
Although, if you would like to see one of our diversions, she's, hiding behind Hashat over there.
Jakard will look that way indeed. Saris is indeed trying actively to just kind of stay behind Hashat, and you rumble her. She will sigh and step out. Oh, who's this? My. Could that be the one and only? Canter over the rubble here with surprisingly graceful long strides. The one and only Saris Iroka. My lady, it is a pleasure. Saris will give a sigh and extend a hand. Hello, Jakard. Long time no see indeed.
Of
Okay.
course
You know
you
each other?
recognize him.
I didn't
Okay.
think you were that much of an old man, Jakar.
Centaur will grin. Come now, look at this body. There's nothing old about it. A man in the prime of his youth.
Forever?
You're not secretly a dragon, are you?
Would that I
No, he
were.
doesn't
I
smell
could
that much.
surely claim Kinaran ancestry. But no. I am but what you see before you.
Next time. No, he is definitely not dragon.
I appreciate the vote of confidence.
Well, we passed a couple of centaurs before, and they all like smell of centaur, much like minotaurs have smells, and elves, salamanders, hobgoblins.
You'd be surprised how easy that musk is to manufacture with magic, but setting that aside. And Saris will turn to, I think it was Tarn who mentioned knowing him. She'll nod. Of course, it's hard not to know the world's greatest alchemist. Surprised to see him still around, though.
And I think you'll understand
Oh.
why we are surprised, given that we knew he was. What is your secret, I wonder?
Who, me? Oh. 2 pipes a day, good shampoo and soap, and a lot of beautiful women. Gives you a toothy smile.
The best, or one of the best?
He shrugs, says, "Now that's a secret I'll keep close to my chest."
There was, like, what is it? The Cowmazon says they have been the best.
The Coven stones are truly remarkable in their mastery of high explosives, yes. I would not dare dream to challenge their supremacy in the world of earth-shaking kabooms. Nor do I think the gods would particularly appreciate I or anyone else doing so.
That was one of the few times they said they had the one time and said that was enough.
And a good thing, too.
Did that actually happen?
What, the Residium bomb? Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I went north and visited the crater myself after the fact. I regret I wasn't there for the experiment itself, but then again, maybe I should be glad I wasn't. I understand a great many people went blind from watching it.
Well, I don't remember that.
And there was the wild magic, mutating people and creatures all around. Nasty thing, really. Even if it hadn't just cratered out the earth. It did enough damage to the surrounding landscape to be ill-advised to try that again. Which is why I'm sure Arun and the Empire have been diligently working to replicate it, if they haven't already.
The Empire, they don't have enough access to raw residium. Doing their research, though.
It doesn't take much to make a bomb like that, which is the scary part. A few smugglers working out of Woavar can probably supply them well enough.
If it's that dangerous, like if they test it and get it wrong, they're all gone.
Yes, well, perhaps the Empire's smart enough this time not to go detonating residium on their own soil. Perhaps they learned the lesson after the last time.
Wait.
That's quite a funny joke.
Well, comedian is my backup career when being an alchemist gets old.
I like to think he's just being hopeful, like I am. But, to be honest, even I doubt that's what's happened.
Well,
Speaking of the Empire, Jacquard, I found the gal you pointed me to.
so I heard. She is helpful as I thought.
Aye.
Good, good.
These things, even with our talents, things are moving slowly.
That is the nature of spycraft, unfortunately. Sometimes it takes years. You won't believe how long it took me to get the last Arunan princess somewhere useful. Decades. But eventually you learn to make it work, and judging by your appearance these days, I think you've got plenty of time.
Maybe. Haven't run into any magically aging spookums recently, so...
Ah, yes, you wouldn't want to Conrad yourself.
Hard to tell how long you've actually got until you get there.
He grins at that, some inner joke you've just triggered. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. But I did owe you a few pointers and points of assistance. Now that you've proven you have what it takes to convert agents to your cause. Alas, you've caught me a bit out of my element here. Gesture at the wide open landscape. When you and your friends come to the camp, I'll have something put together for you that I think you'll find quite helpful.
Appreciate it.
Well, don't thank me yet. You'll all need to survive what I have in mind for your debt repayment, for it to matter. Gives you a
At this
dead
point-
serious look for a moment and smiles.
At this
I'm
point, some of
most-
these things. I know. Continue.
I'm mostly kidding. You'll probably survive, all right. At least Hashat will. He's made of
At this
strong
point-
stuff.
At this point, so many things have threatened to kill us that the words are starting to lose their impact, even to me.
That is the fate of adventurers. Either you live long enough to become immortal, or you die horribly very early on. There's not a tremendous amount of middle ground, I've found.
Huh. Topic for research of another time, exactly how that phenomena works. But yes, I think we've safely gotten into the rather immortal category.
I wouldn't start saying that.
No,
Trying
that
to get us killed, Szooth, by saying stuff like that?
No,
Immortality has different forms, my friends.
Szooth will flinching out.
Sorry. Though, to be fair, if anyone would get the party killed, it would be the Kobold.
Yeah. Especially the Kobold who has already achieved immortality in several bedposts and memories.
I'm only a simple bold.
You're the least simple kobold I've ever had the pleasure to know, Szooth.
Well,
Well,
that can't
you
be
and
so.
Jeffrey. He's a piece
Which
of work.
Jeffrey?
Like I said, there are many paths to immortality. Some of
I like to
us
think of
take direct paths, and some more circuitous ones.
I like to think of myself as simple in character, but great in story.
Tassie's just going to lean down and scoop you up. Yes, you are. Big squeezy hug.
It's at my position as squeeze toy.
Do you make a squeaky sound? Of course, yes, you definitely do.
Yeah. It's good that they had that evolution change, otherwise you squeeze him too hard and blood shoots out of his eyes.
Man, it was real good that we developed. It's real good we developed rubber bones. After all the cave-ins.
Ah, yes, of course.
It makes
It was
sense.
It was one of our more useful evolutions. It doubled as our cuteness factor. That's why we became cute bolts and stopped being hunted. So it truly tipped the scales.
evolutionary necessity.
Indeed. Well, seems my ritual has been for naught, and you were on your way towards adventures important and interesting, I'm sure. We will take our leave of you now. Need to keep you. But it has been good to see you again, my friends. Do take care. Especially
Before
you,
you-
Your Highness. Lean down and kiss Saris's knuckles. It is good to see you back amongst the living. I've never had any doubts. Saris will blush slightly. Centaurus will flick her tail side to side. Thank you.
Welcome. It is always good luck. I shall whisper a little old Mithrin blessing. Not that I think anyone of Jacquard's brood has to worry about pregnancy.
Oh no, she is Bragante.
She is
She's
very
Porgent.
pregante. Muy
She's super
pregante.
potent.
He is just waddling along. Jacquard will take her mom's hand, and a lot of them will start to canter off. Jacquard will
Take care.
eventually hop on a back. Yeah, off they go.
Adorable. Look at that, Hashat. She didn't get penetrated.
August will come
Yeah.
up and pat you on the back. I'm sorry for your loss.
Left very suddenly. I meant to talk to him about something.
We'll have plenty of time once we have time.
Yes.
Yeah, you
Well,
should
at
try
least
that,
those
having
push-
time. It's great. Just sit around doing nothing. Speaking of which, August will stretch out. Why do you say we pause here and take a nap?
Oh, come on, we're so close.
Ugh. This is elder abuse, you know
Well,
that?
just checking what time it is by the sun.
Like noon.
It's like noon. He's an old man.
Yeah, he's just old.
He just wants a fucking noonday sleep.
Well, an hour rest.
Sarah's
Desperately needs an hour. I won't fight on it, but I don't think it will change anything. I think August will remain sleepy until he's dead.
August will huff at that ever so slightly.
I'm sorry, that was probably far too immortalist.
Maybe just a little bit.
Look, I've got a lot of sleep to catch up on. All right, what do you want? It's been what? 10 centuries? Longer than that? I mean, elves barely sleep in the first place.
Yeah.
Sleep, karma. You have a lot to catch up on.
Yeah, fuck you too, little guy.
Szooth gives a thumbs up.
Alright, I can press on. Just abuse the old man, I see how it is around here.
Look at this. In the exchange, you get something to be grumpy about. Everybody wins and loses at the same time.
That is a wonderful and beautiful mindset.
Alright, let's go. As the rest of you file out behind August, a couple of you probably will catch Saris like squat down next to some of these toppled stones and take some charcoal rubbings. You don't see runes like these very often. Old elemental pyre.
Makes sense.
Might have been a druid circle once. Long time ago, though.
I'll ask Val if she recognizes these symbols.
That's a good question. Let me see. Oh, sure, some mental gymnastics there will give you the sensation of a nod and say that these are definitely runes associated with Vulcanus and with the primordial fire god's cult, but not part of his traditional church. These are definitely druidic invocations, probably used to summon fire elementals here.
Would summon fire elementals. I thought they were all planty and.
Saris will shake her head. No, some druids do have elemental connections. Elements are a force of nature, after all.
I suppose so.
It's interesting, elemental fire you'd think would be associated mostly with destruction, but actually, it has a long symbolical association with healing, cauterizing wounds, I suppose.
Oh.
So yes,
Cauterizing wounds is bad, isn't it?
I mean, maybe I'm not a healer, but it's still a long-standing tradition.
It can be a necessary part, although I don't know anybody who would actually say they enjoy it. In fact, the practice is rather out of touch for kobolds. We kind of die of pain shock.
Oh no.
Jeepers.
I wish there were less things kobolds died of, but yeah, that sounds about right.
So do we.
Yeah, no fucking kidding.
I don't think that one's unique to kobolds, though. They just have a lower tolerance for it.
Indeed. Even with some of the most powerful painkillers we can make on the island, the sensation of our insides being assaulted is simply too much. Because of that, we've rather gotten good at remedy medicine and alchemy.
It's weird that you die of pain, but you can rip your own tails off. Does that not hurt?
That's because we don't have any nerves in the tail. Evolution did us that favor rather early.
What?
Really?
No way, really?
Well, let me put it this way. Have you ever seen a kobold ask for any kind of play with their tail?
Saris will blush. I don't think I've ever seen a kobold ask to be played with, no.
Right. Different perspectives. I forget how, even now, I still forget how uncommon kobold are in these lands.
No, kobolds are common, just none have ever propositioned me for rubs. I
struggle to believe that you're not regularly requested.
Well, either way, the point is,
obviously she's the kind of woman in dragon form that kobolds put up like on their doors as posters when they're kids.
I mean, you say that, but you've also actually seen statues of Saris like sitting around in libraries and shit already in this campaign.
Yeah.
So yeah, checks out. So, shall we?
Yes, please.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Just grab you guys into a little box. So, the rest of the trip passes uneventfully enough. There are ups and downs and a few encounters with random small monsters that pose no real threat to a group of your caliber. And with guidance from August, you are able to make it the rest of the way to the valley deep, deep in the mountains. Indeed, without guidance, you doubt you would ever found this place. It is quite secluded indeed. There are huge trees and walls of vines hanging over a narrow ravine cut into the mountainside. You barely catch the glimpse of polished white stone standing behind them, till August points it out. And indeed, once you press on through the vine cover, there is a tremendous arch of white stone standing over the entrance to the ravine. A narrow, trickling river runs underneath it, and you quickly come to see the source at the end of the valley. A pair of ghastly faces exuding water from eyes, nose, and mouth. All right, here we are. The Twin Temples.
Ooh,
This place
Kind
used
of
to
a
be something once upon a time. Real center of learning. But, not so much anymore.
kind of a spooky place.
I find the
This
architecture rather
place,
impressive.
this place smells bad. Like it.
Your danger sense is tingling.
Ah, that's what you meant. I was wondering why a regular, damp, dirty, dark hole filled with dead bodies was smelling bad.
Just wave a hand up. There don't be any dead bodies here. No one's come up this way in centuries.
Ah, forgive me. We run into so many necromantic crypts, I kind of make the assumption of late.
Well, after Talion bit it, there was a rash of his priests turning to necromancy to, I don't know, try and bring him back or something. Stupid. Well, could be necromancers in there. I don't know. Shouldn't be, though. This place was abandoned. We didn't even bother conquering it, really.
Well, I shouldn't judge a dungeon by its entrance.
Well, and yes, Nahia, it's like that's where this place makes me look around because there's something like on my back or like spine.
Ah, yes.
Speaking of spines, I'm going to show some spine and walk the fuck in anyway.
Aha, that's how one gets a legendary weapon.
That's the spirit.
I'm going to go in my mech because I want to actually do damage.
Okay, let me grab your mech
We need to
token
give
right
you,
quick.
what is it, like 1 minute to climb in?
Ooh.
But an hour to get out? Or was it literally just an hour both ways?
Yeah. I assume Szooth's probably climbed this thing beforehand, knowing that you're going to a dungeon.
Fair. One of us just pulls the wheelbarrow while Szooth is just sat on it meditating.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it that Szooth needs the hour to deattune to it, or is it that he needs the hour to get his shovel back?
You need an hour to get in or out of the suit. Or I guess you could just go to 0 hit points and get knocked out, but, whatever.
It's more I need an hour for the soul transfer.
Yeah, you got a death warp to get out. It's a lot faster.
It's true. You can't just wrong warp yourself out when you die. Anyway, Saris will come along.
Yeah.
So, as you're walking, Tassie will look around and ask, "So, what happened to this place? Why'd they abandon it?" "Oh, gee, I don't know. What do you think?" "There's a war."
Gods.
Hold on, Nahia.
Well,
as August is about to launch into that, Nahia, you get to about here, and all of a sudden the water coming from the fountainheads shuts off. You look down, perhaps you hit a pressure plate or something, but no, you haven't. But something is happening. The doors don't open, and yet you hear tremendous footsteps approaching from inside. Oh, this is going to be fun.
Oh shit.
Oh dear.
Squint.
Get up.
A
I'm
shadow.
not even sure it's going to be dangerous.
A shadow appears at the top of the massive gate entrance and leaps down off it. Two titanic figures wrapped up in monk's robes with horrific devil masks appear before you. One wielding a scythe and black garments, the other a tremendous staff in white and gold. Behind you, Ursula, you're probably the first to notice that the doors on the arch above you have kicked open, and several figures are rushing out from inside, taking up shooting postures on the two walkways above.
So, what was that about no one coming here in centuries?
Why's the fuck?
Do you have a little entry password hanging around anywhere?
Secret handshake, maybe.
Actually, yes, hold on. August will come to the forefront and he will speak a rapid series of elven words, totally meaningless, but to those of you who speak the language, but clearly some kind of code. The two temple guardians turn their attentions completely to August for just a moment regarding him. And then the staff in the golden figure's hands will erupt in flame, and the shadow-clad ones will be shrouded in writhing darkness. I think they changed the password.
Are these individuals alive?
Hard to tell. You're very far away.
Here we go, whack it again.
Oh dear.
Well, on the plus side, Fireball outranges Counterspell.
That's what I should have taken.
Oh, I was going to fly on up there.
I mean, you don't care about Fireball, do you?
A bit.
I wish it... Okay, so they're flying up. The initiative anyways.
I see. Oh, I had my.
Yeah, don't forget to roll initiative for Tassie.
I did. That's what the 5 was. But I still had Hashat selected.
All right, Ursula, you are the first to act when it becomes apparent these figures are, at the very least, going to come beat the shit out of August.
Okay. I'll see about can't say no to that because I don't have enough range to get to the fuckers in the back. So I'm gonna do this. Off a potion, and now I move really fucking fast.
Ooh, nice.
Ursula got the zoomies.
I get 70 feet of movement speed, and
Terrifying.
That is pretty terrifying.
yeah, and with my haste action, I'm going to rage.
You can't do that. Haste action is very limited in what it allows.
Okay.
Correct.
What was the haste allowed to do? Attack, cast a single spell?
No, you cannot cast
Or
a spell
no,
with haste
cantrip?
either. It is, let's see, it is attack, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object. And only one attack as your haste attack.
Okay, then I'll use my regular action, my standard action, to rage,
Okay.
which allows me to pounce half my movement speed
Mm-hmm.
as a free.
Oh god, that's horrifying. Haste.
Yeah,
Gnarly. Go for it.
yeah, I could just jump up there, but no, I can't. Why?
And you couldn't make it onto the bridge with that, but yeah, you could lunge towards the Guardians for sure.
Yeah, move up here and look. No, but yes, I pounce right past both of these, activating rage. Then I got my movement speed left, more than enough to get there. And before I turn that off, that's not on too. I will use my haste action to shock one.
Okay.
Yeah, before I get close. Get rage rolls it on
Alright, yep, that'll hit.
an extra 3.
Sure
11.
thing.
You know,
Let's see.
I got this one.
Alright. Saris is going to look up and see a bunch of bristling arrows appearing above her. And is going to Misty Step up there. And start whacking people. Let's see, you are, yep. 1. That will miss. 2, that'll hit, and 3. Alright, so she leaps up there in a flash and instantly dispatches 2 of these archers. Swing, swing. Hashat.
I think our front line will be fine. I will turn our attention to the back line.
I was going to go to the back.
Oh, okay.
He's so desperate to fly to fight these things,
really-
but everyone else is
it's
eating
okay.
like fireballs and stuff.
Yeah, that's fair. That's all right. I'll save my cool stuff for later.
Yep. He wants the wingies up there so badly.
Do you have
Yes.
any idea how unlikely it is I'll be able to fly meaningfully once we go inside?
You know what? That's fair enough.
Fair.
Let's see. How far? These guys are pretty far away. But they are pretty close. They're just...
Remember, they're fucking huge, so...
I know they're big. Well, I will get into combat with one of them. I will run forward. And then I will step into the earth and vault towards them. With a... Oh, that's the wrong character sheet. With 1 earth step. I will go over here to the Noonday Guardian. And I will, so that's a bonus action, I will swift act. But that's a... Wait, no, that's a... Oh, wait, I can do a cantrip. So I will then hit it with a smack. I will smack it.
Okay. That is a solid hit for 13 damage. Pop. Your hammer slams in and finds that while this figure may be wearing flowing robes, there is something hard as steel beneath them that your hammer crunches into.
It's a steel-plated golem. Fancy.
Oh, peace.
Yeah, it's his giant dick. Tarnavak, you're up.
Yeah, so we'll leap up, flap up here, and I will ready an action to dash at the end of the round. So if people are throwing fireballs, they don't have to worry about me being in the way.
Oh, that means
Makes
Tassie gets to
sense.
hit button still. Yay!
I suppose Tassie could do that.
All right. What appears to be an officer, the leader of this group of archers, is going to quickly dash to the side and draw back. Stupid archers in the way. Let's see. How about from here? There we go. That'll clip you.
Would that actually get me? I mean, I'm like 40 feet up.
She's also at an elevation,
Yeah,
though,
she's-
so it's probably... She's aiming...
Ah,
well,
Tassie!
I guess she would have to choose between hitting you or hitting your friends. That's a fair point. Let's see. In that case, let's do the other way. Hit these other nerds. Let's see. Yeah. Go over here. Get dangerously close to Saris. But, yeah, she can hit these two. And we'll draw back a
Oops, that's what.
tremendous crackling
That's within 30
arrow
feet.
that erupts into a bolt of lightning directly through Tassie and Nahia.
Eek.
I do an accidental dodge. I just like turn around slowly at the warning, like, look out, lightning! And I just turn around like,
Oh.
what? And it zips past me.
Whew.
All right. You both take just half the damage from the bolt. August. Let's see. August, you have Misty Step, right? No.
I still don't think I'm carrying that fucking lightning shield right now.
You should be.
Well, okay. For some reason I thought I gave it to Saris, but I could be wrong.
No, she does not have a shield.
Okay.
She was given magic plate armor, and she has solar celebration.
Okay.
All right. August is going to step up, and since he can't really get in range with anybody, he's going to go ahead and drop the old bless spell.
Ooh.
I could have really used that.
Paladins apparently cast spells now, and as strange as this is, oh yeah, I guess
Amazing.
one step back before he does. All right, let's throw that on the multi-attackers. So Ursula, Szooth, and Nahia.
Yeah, it's worth it to give it to them.
So 3 of you now have bless. And then he'll move his last 5 feet. And yeah, he'll pull out Bastard Sting and get ready to go fight some boys. Nahia, your turn.
God, I miss having Misty Step.
I miss being a monk right now.
It's as close as I can get this time. But yes, seeing as I've got Blessed to make it easier to hit on Hashat's target, I will drop that Guiding Bolt. It's always so sad upcasting Guiding Bolt, but I'm a Warlock, I'm always upcasting.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's what, 25 damage?
Yep.
All right. However, that
mean,
is radiant damage, and this thing does not appear to take quite as much from radiant.
Oh, I see.
That makes sense.
Dark and light.
Hey.
So the dark one doesn't take damage from radiant?
No, the light one has resistance to radiant.
Okay, so that's how I thought it was. And I was just like, oh.
Yeah.
August needs to come over help me, and Nahia needs to help Ursula.
Yeah. So, the Midnight Guardian is going to brace itself, draw back its scythe, and then start whirling around like a top, and is just going to slam through you guys here.
Operation Beyblade.
Yeah, pretty much. So it is going to make one against Ursula, Nahia, and then August. Womp, womp, womp. That is highly unfortunate for it. Gonna be one of those days, I see. Will then finish its movement to end up over here. Szooth.
Well, I mean, it did me the favor. It moved closer.
Well,
So
it's a good thing your weapon does radiant damage.
Yeah, it is a good thing
Yes.
indeed. So I'm gonna walk up on it over, and I'm gonna start giving it some wax. Got me
Okay.
the blessed.
Got your rage.
Got my bacon shades. Oh yeah, that's right. I should rage. Let me rage first, so that way I can throw this with advantage. As I attack it twice. Where's my other resource? I am my How many? Sorry, I'll look that up later. For now, I'll just do the basic attacks. I'll try to whack him.
So are you reckless attacking then as well?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm recklessing.
Gotcha.
Just making sure everything's correct. So whack number 1 and whack number 2.
Okay, those both hit. Let's see. Second one is. Let's see. You have advantage on both of those, so yeah. Ouchies. Nothing it can really do about that. So it's just gonna suck shit.
And do a bonus because of
Actually, wait, 21. No, yeah, nothing I can do. So
Can't
minus
do.
12, minus 16, minus 12, minus 14. That took a big fucking chunk out of this thing. You swing your blade through time and time again, and while Hashat's hammer slammed into the Noon Guardian, and you heard that bell ring of heavy armor, when you reap your wings through the Midnight Guardian, it just bends around you like shadows. But still, you see your weapons are cutting into it quite severely.
Hey, you think we're gonna short rest immediately before going in since we're fighting right at the entrance? Because I certainly wouldn't mind action surge right now.
Up to you.
I
Yeah, we
mean,
can sit for an hour outside, sure.
But if you don't, well, we have to, question some of the elves if they survive.
Oh, so we need to go in quick.
no.
No, we need to. No.
Oh.
I mean, if we leave any elves alive for questioning.
Oh, it's that. Oh.
Well, okay, I'm a action surge.
Okay.
So let's whack it twice again.
Sure thing.
So a boop and a boop. And let's not use the bacon strikes yet. But yeah, let's whack it 2 more times.
20, 24 and 27.
Oof. All right. Yeah, this thing is barely holding it together. You see inky blackness drooling off of its corporeal form. Cassie.
Fire maneuver dice are long rest, right?
No, they're short rest.
Fuck. Damn it! I would have used it if I knew that. I guess it's too late.
Cassie.
Catfish.
This is gonna be fun. Why, you sons of Woavar? Smite. And then she's going to look towards the arch here and just draw a line across these guys right up to here.
Okay, so
Have fun.
as you do that, the sniper, the officer in the back, is going to quickly draw back another arrow and shoot right at Tassie.
My chat bar has my chat has disappeared, and I can't find it now.
So what level spell is Wall of Fire? I think it's 4th?
Yes.
All right. Nice try, Nahia.
I'm busy just being fucking unbelievably disappointed and hungry now.
Oh. No.
I
I
get my
think
chat
14
bar
does
back.
it for Dispel Magic, so... Or Counterspell, rather.
So how does Counterspell work again?
I believe
If it's a 4th level spell, then yes, 14 works.
Yeah.
Yeah, beats.
Yep. So indeed.
Sorry.
The sniper draws back an arrow. Ping!
Oh, shit.
Strikes Tassie right in the holy symbol, and the arrow carries through into poor little Tassie herself. She will take 5 piercing, 8 acid. And has a little baby dot on her. There. Alright. All the rest of the archers. Well, Saris is very spoopy, so I think all the ones on this terrace are just going to shoot at her. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 2 hits on her. So on top of that, one of them will do this, and one of them will do that. So 10, 11 damage from the arrows. Then 5 psychic damage, and then Tassie, or Saris, rather, gets teleported 15 feet, right over here, and then falls.
Rude.
Let's see, that's a 20-foot fall.
Be 2d6.
Yep, so she gets shot twice. One of the arrows just teleports her out of position, and the other one lights her up like a candle. She grumbles and shakes her head. Ow, what in the hell? And the rest of these archers. Let's see. Let's put 2 into Tassie, first off. Alright. One of these archers draws way too far back and just tumbles back and cold clocks herself. Let's see. 2 shots at Tarnavak. I think that actually hits. Amazing.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's go ahead and give you a Misty Arrow. Teleport you 15 feet back. And then 2 arrows down at Saris. Let's hit the Durgan while she's down. And they'll just throw on fairy arrows, because they like her right where she is. Let's see, it's 1 hit.
Gross. They're just
4, 8,
all
9, 10, 11.
Isn't that 2 hits? Because advantage?
That's right, yes, indeed.
Wait,
Okay.
she fell down, so it's disadvantage. They're shooting at someone who's prone.
Yeah, that's right.
Did she fall far enough to go prone? I don't know where the cutoff for that is.
I don't think there is one. I think I'll
There
just have her
isn't,
make
you
a dex check to see if she fell over. That's a fair point.
That said, she is being shot at. She could choose to. Never mind. She doesn't even have to choose to stay down.
No,
she
no,
fell.
she
She falls on her
just
fucking
fell.
ass. It's literally DC 10. If you fall like anywhere past 10 feet.
This is not a dexterous Durgan. All right, and the Noonday Guardian is going to go ahead and provoke an attack opportunity off of Hashat.
Okay.
Get out of my face, please. It's going to go up here.
Hey.
Whack. All right, you hit solidly, but the thing will happily take that. Then it is going to raise its staff, and 6 great beams of light will appear from the sun at the tip and lance down at you, Ursula, and August. So 2 attacks on each of you. Let's see. Hashat, Ursula, August. And it
That's a
fucking
miss.
beans the Midnight Guardian right in the face.
Oh, that's not. Oh, ouch.
Ow.
Ooh.
Are you actually vulnerable to Radiant? No. Thankfully, it does not just destroy its friend.
Well, you missed me both, so I'm good.
I will shield one of those.
Wait, that 20's on you. Oh, yeah, you have haste. That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Then let's see. I think that's about it for the Guardian. Yeah. That'll do.
Alright, then I
Yes, indeed.
flappy.
Happy clap.
Different speed.
The archers look quite nervous now. In fact, actually, Tarnavak, you're quite perceptive. Would you go ahead and give me an intelligence saving throw? Okay. Something about these archers isn't right. Like you and Saris are big fucking dragon people charging them. And yet, while they have facial expressions that mimic fear, their bodies don't react in any way. They are almost robotically just pulling and loosing arrows at you as you fly towards them. Something fucky.
Do I have time to do like an arcana?
You could do it
Try
as a
to-
bonus action on your turn.
No. Question is just, are they illusion people or are they golem people? But who will ever know? The spell sniper probably knows. I'll bonk her.
Makes sense. So, let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. So as the fight begins in earnest, the sun crests the top of the valley, and for a moment shines brightly down upon all of you. Everybody gets vulnerability radiant. Yay!
Vulnerability. Oh no, the sun.
But
My
I
weakness.
was resistant. This was the only time that would ever matter.
All right, Ursula.
It's bullshit.
Oops.
Fucking kill that Noonday Guardian.
Does that include the Noonday Guardian himself as weak to
I mean,
sunlight?
it's a creature, so yes.
Oh.
Is no
Is that
longer resistant.
Yeah.
So, Ursula?
Yes, okay. I'm gonna say I have to open my sheet. I accidentally closed down fucking road. So, everything has vulnerability now. That's good. That's good / bad. No.
Mm-hmm.
So this fucker.
No.
Yeah. Wait, you have a pole. What the hell are you playing? You have 30 feet, and then Barbarian, and 10 feet of range.
I only have 3 levels of Barbarian. Because remember our last level wasn't like a real level.
Ah, okay.
So I didn't get the +10 speed from Barbarian. It was just the ASI.
Yeah, but this fucker goes before you anyway, so let me just kill him. Let's see.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Don't
Yeah, you throw your axe and it slices right through this thing's neck and it disappears into a haze of mist and shadow.
Then I go up to this fucker and use my lovely chain of this one. I can reckless. A lovely chain of you're not going any fucking where.
Yep. So technically you can't actually grapple this thing. It's too big. But you can get the chain in, and if it tries to go somewhere, it'll take you with it. No escape.
Let's
Hey,
a
that's
contested
something.
roll then.
I suppose, yes, you
But
could
yeah,
try and make a
contested
strength
roll
check
then.
to pull it back down.
Yeah.
She is strong enough. I would
She is
not
very
doubt her.
strong. And this thing, despite being
Yeah,
made of metal, is not a strong... Actually, it's pretty strong. Not the strongest, but pretty strong.
Okay. Okay, then I will use my... It's called my... haystack then. Oh, sorry, so, yeah, that was 1, 2, yeah. I will use my haystack and action to drag it then.
Okay. Where would you like to drag it? Down the stairs?
Well, let's see. Yeah, let's be like another 35 feet. I can move this some bitch right into the path.
Sure.
So that people can just gang the fuck up.
Go ahead and make an athletics check. It'll try and oppose.
Okay, let's see if I can succeed here. Disadvantaged. 24.
Okay. It's a pretty decent success. I'll say you can get it like 10 feet.
That was all I needed. That is if the rest of the party doesn't just kill him this turn.
No. Speaking
But
of killing
not,
things,
if it's gonna hurt him.
Saris is going to peel herself off the ground, dust off. Ouch. Hello, concussion, my old friend. Going to brace her feet, whirl around, and hurl 3 magic missiles. And dispatch 3 of these minions. Pop, pop, pop. And yeah, Tarn, since you're actively looking at them, when these 3 get hit, they collapse back onto the pathway, which would be out of sight of anybody on the ground. But to you, you see them fall back, lay there for just a blink of an eye, and then just into mist and smoke.
Nothing at all, not even like mechanical parts.
No.
All right.
Hashat.
Okay. This big lad is going to get hit. I'm going to use a bonus action to empower my smite with a smite, and I'm going to strike.
You got any radiant?
Necrotic damage and radiant damage, those magic types are an absolute mystery to me.
Too bad.
Well, that's still a solid hit.
Yes. Plus 20 force damage.
All right. Ouch. Tarn.
Yeah. So first, I'll yell out, just in general to everyone. The archers! They seem to be mostly illusion.
That's great. Less arrows I have to actually worry about.
And land down here. Fighting Spirital.
Oh god.
And it is blender time.
Oh no, this poor sniper. Yeah,
Yep.
that'll hit. Yep. Yep.
Wait, does she have any magic on her? Going.
I mean, Tarn now
Doesn't
knows
matter.
she's an illusion, so he can make the spell checks on her with each hit. But
Yeah, that's a 20.
I roll them automatically. Savin.
oh, they're
They've
in
been
there.
built into the card. There's the little numbers.
Uh-huh,
It's
there
very
it is.
cute.
All right, so yeah, the first hit will cut into her, but the second she disappears entirely. You can go and dispatch one of these minions if you want.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if she was as well. And do I... I've got 25 more feet. Is that enough to get me up to the next level?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's about
Well,
20 feet up.
You're about to disbelieve her by making her death a fact.
He did. Just, yeah, that is what happened.
Yeah. Well, flippity flap up here. And I guess action surge.
All right.
In last 5 feet.
See, yeah, you dispatch them handily.
You have a javelin.
Yes, that's a good point. Let me print Fighting Spirit, see if it gives me an advantage on that.
It's just weapon attacks in general.
Yeah. So,
Hey,
is this one actually out of the fight, or does
No,
it just
it
stun
is-
itself?
Yeah, it's basically just stunned itself for a round.
All right. Well, stun is good enough for now. I'll go next nearest one.
Okay. Oh, yep, that'll do it. In fact, you go straight through and into the other one.
All right. Well, that's me.
It's a pretty effective turn, all things considered. August. You can look over his shoulder, grumble about dragon bullshit, come up here and stab this dude. Whack, whack. Let's see, I think Noonday is, yeah, you're not resistant to necrotic, so choppy. And it's pretty early in the day, but we can blow a smite on that. Actually, it deals radiant damage, which this thing is not resistant to this turn.
It's vulnerable. That's 22 damage.
Well, it was resistant. Now it's just normal.
Oh, it
Oh.
is. Okay.
Okay, I thought it was vulnerable too.
No,
That's why I was so
let
excited
me
to pop it.
reprint that card for you. Boop. If it was immune to radiant, it Oh wait, no. It was only if it's immune. Okay, ow. All right, yeah, you're right. It was not immune. It was just resistant. Oh wait, no, it is immune. Never mind. Rip.
Oh. Well,
So it is just normal, not resistant anymore. Still, chunk of damage from August. Nahia.
Hi, I'm here. The archer situation seems to have handled itself. Alright, here I go whacking again.
Oh, damn it. I was gonna ask.
Oh, sorry, yes. Yeah, I'll do this side for Szooth. Alright. So... I've got a bonus, I might as well crank up the whole lot. Let's see here. Swing number 1. Searing Smite.
Yep, that'll hit. For
And
8 bludge.
kaboom. And that prones him.
Sure does.
Oh no.
And swing number 2 while he's prone. I don't think I'm allowed to use that more than once, so it's a shame, but life goes on.
Your smites, yeah, you can do that on
Oh,
every
I
attack.
can do Eldritch Smite more than once. Cool.
It's just like normal. Jesus Christ.
Frank.
Stop.
Oh, Christ.
Please.
Jeez, look at that roll on the D8.
And it's force. 86 damage total.
Yeah, that thing is just flattened to the ground. Midnight Guardian has been dispatched. Szooth. But finish him.
Oh, I'm amazed he was still off standing after that.
Me too.
I mean, he's not standing. He's on his ass. But
That's true.
You know.
He's now prone, so.
I'm amazed he's left in existence. Let's change that. A 1 and a 2.
Yep, the 7, 8, 9, 9. Yep, the first attack drops it. You swing your glaive down, chop into the Guardian, and split its head in half. Inside, you see that it is just solid copper and iron bits and bobs inside. The creature shudders once violently, billows out light from its eyes, and then explodes.
Oh no.
It would blind you all for a couple of rounds, but it doesn't really matter because you've destroyed both Guardians. I think Tassie can just Sacred Flame the last archer. Yeah, the illusions are destroyed. The single mechanical Guardian pops into a flash of light that leaves precious little trace it ever existed at all, but unlike the illusions, you do have bits of raining metal and burning robe left to confirm that it, at least, was corporeal. Saris will stagger up out of the water, holding her back. Everything hurts again.
What happens to Tassie's status effect? Like, what's that?
Oh, she just took 5 extra damage, and then that was it.
Oh.
Just got acid arrow.
Ow.
Saris will sit down heavily, put her sword in her lap. Well, at least they weren't undead. We have that going for us. Illusions
Yep.
are Certainly within Talion's wheelhouse. I'm not surprised to see them, though. A golem's still active after all this time. I guess that explains why no one's come up here. At least not that survived.
Hmm.
Speaking of golem,
Szooth will pop out of ashes and go,
do you mind if I give him a rest after that?
Sure, yeah, we can sit for a hot hour. Don't forget, everyone will get they'll feel glorious if they, chill out around me. Who wants them tempies? I would probably posit putting them on Saris, Tassie, uh, Szooth, and Hashat. Have you got more health than me or not?
I'm still pretty strong. I only got a scrape.
Oh no, I mean like, is your max health higher than mine? I walk around.
91.
Okay, then yeah. Oh wait, no, I mean I already get 15 anyway. So yeah, enjoy.
So 9?
Mm-hmm. The only people I can't drop them on are, well, I've got to choose between, I guess, August, Ursula, and Tarn.
Oh, I already have more temp HP than that.
All right, so it's between August and Ursula, and
Obviously, this
Ursula
would
never
sway you
fucking
off.
dies.
I'm fine.
Let's see.
All right, sure.
No, give it to. I already have. Don't worry. You
Oh,
got
it's
that
everyone.
ice shield, remember?
Right.
Fine.
I will give Tassie.
Baby the old man, I see how it is.
I just spread my hands and be exceptionally zen for a moment.
I'll give Tassie a potion. Oh wait,
And
wait.
she
We
has hit
aren't
dice.
holding. Yeah, that's right. We are holding. Then hit dice. Excellent. So close. It's gonna be so. That wall of fire was gonna be really cool. Oh well.
It was. She got cucked.
She realized she did.
See, you can take a break for a while. Nothing comes out to assault you. In the meantime, in fact, the water starts flowing again after a couple of minutes. August will reach in and splash some on his face. Reservoir is still clear at least. That golem's still working. That means someone's in there taking care of this place. That stupid thing couldn't do this all by itself. And the arches
Well,
and the gates would be in disrepair too.
someone or something.
Well, what's the difference at this point?
Well, someone is alive and think,
Hey, I was a
First step,
someone when I was a vampire.
technically, yes.
Hey. Vampires are
Well,
people too.
like
Sometimes grumpy, but they are people.
just
Season.
holds her hand and make act like the Will Smith presents while sitting towards Mori.
Hey, Ursula, for fuck's sake. By this point, there's straight up no difference between things and people. It's sentient, so not that matters. For God's sake, half of our companionship there floating around in some golem or statue or jewelry, etc.
That is true. No, I
That is
was
just
meaning
unfair
that.
to say otherwise. And
Is-
again, if it's a
I
someone
was-
or something keeping this place running, then they're going to probably be sentient regardless. And so don't insult them by calling them some kind of golem or statue or gem.
No, I was thinking that Mori thinking that undead aren't people.
I don't give a fuck what Maury thinks. Raven
I
barks at him.
Squat.
Look, the point is, it might not be a humanoid in there. It could be some horrible blob monster, but something's got intelligence inside if it's keeping up golems. Otherwise, it would have rotted to pieces by now. At least metal ones. Stone, those will stick around a while, but metal needs work.
Not really.
Is that not how that works?
Yeah. Metal only rusts if it actually does something. If you keep a sword in its sheath forever, it'll be fine. But as soon as you draw it, you touch it, then it needs work. If it's just been sitting here waiting, it'd be fine.
No, what's the word? Iron and steel like that, it will become bad unless it has been treated. So it
I guess
can
magic
actually
could be
rust
preserving
in a
it.
scabbard.
Still, this place is full of water. There's holy fountains and shit on the inside. And the thing's been standing in a puddle for 1,000 years. It'd probably at least get some boot damage. Maybe not. What do I know? I'm just a
not
paladin.
if it's copper and brass like that, that doesn't rust in water at all.
I saw iron in there. I think it was just a copper plating.
I mean, my hammer did wang against something metallic.
Yeah.
Well, in the meantime, I think I've stopped having some ringing in my ears. Shall we press on?
Oh, if you want to get rid of that, your palms, like behind your ears, and then you drum with your fingers.
She does so and quirks her head to the side. Oh, hey. That actually works.
Oh yeah, I've been hit so many times. It's like I've learned that.
Yeah. Normally I try not to get hit a lot. I'd say I'm a lover, not a fighter, but I'm just a nerd. Still. Also, I'm a fighter, but the point is, I don't do a lot of violence. This is not my
If you
forte
need
normally.
tips, but hey, if you need tips on like how to fix yourself after you've been a fight, I can tell you. I just shows her left side, like her arm, and like, see, I got every type of everything.
How are you alive?
That
She's
makes the most
very,
to
very
everyone
tough.
else.
I mean, fair. That's a lot of scar tissue, though.
Local dwarf
Oh,
too
yes.
stubborn to die. More at 10.
Alright, I mean, fair. It is sort of a racial perk. So,
This
That's
fucking
Tarnavak
thing,
done
like,
broken.
mundane. No? Came through fine to me. Is this door locked normally, or?
no, it is not locked at all. Indeed, you can give it the old Dark Souls push in.
Sure. As opposed to when everyone else does the Dark Souls push and they always seem to like lead in with the shoulders, it seems like a really good way to get your head cut off. I'm just to do that, I'm strong as heck, just like arms out like straight push.
Oh, hey,
Shunk.
Then you can
I
get
got
your
up
hands
for-
cut off instead.
I got up to make a sandwich, and we already going in.
Yeah.
We got our hour rest. It's not like we actually did anything.
Right. So, indeed, as August promised, there are a number of fountains on the inner path directly through the door at the end of a long, quite wide bridge, about 20 feet across. that lead up to a quite large tree. At first, Tassie gasps and runs to the front of the group, for the tree has a white trunk, one that reminisces of a starwood, but as you draw close, it becomes apparent that it's merely an oak that's been painted.
Oh,
Put this fucking oak in Starface. That's racist. That's tree racist. What the fuck?
Is it still like alive and stuff?
Indeed, as you draw close, you can see the oak tree is quite alive and healthy. Though, if it is 1,000 years
shit.
old, it's quite small for an oak.
I mean, an oak being 1,000 years old is very impressive.
I mean, yes, but you would think it would be much larger than it is, but it's maybe 20 feet tall. But yes, as you approach, you see a number of additional golems, these ones made of stone on the flanks and metal near the center, and one much, much larger at the back of the temple, or rather near the entrance to the inner sanctum itself, standing over a number of fountains. You draw closer. Tassie will look between the lot of them and lean back and whisper to Hashat. I hate having to fight these things. They're part of my faith.
do you think they would respond to a priestess of Woavar?
Probably not. I'll probably get killed if I try, but I kind of want to anyway.
If only there was someone with some kind of intellect about that we could actually talk to.
Well, they're not attacking us right off, so that's something.
Yeah. We'll go to the bottom of the stairs.
Would you like someone a little tougher to go up and try to talk, Tassie? You can tell us about what to say, just if they decide to go all murdery, will you have a better chance?
Yeah, that would be great. Thank you. Just, I mean, we came here with Mithras and Morrigan's blessing. I think Woavar would be okay with us stepping through.
Speaking of, hey, Murray, can you like tell your dad to like tell his stuff to not murder us?
The raven just shakes its head.
Well, it was worth a try.
I'll just walk up to the bottom of the stairs and ask politely and madly.
All right. As you
What is
approach,
that price of sun?
speak. Yeah, Tassie will kind of sun pose on the other side of this big old tree. The enormous golden colossus standing at the head of the temple will take a stride forward. Thump. It's large enough to rattle the stone beneath its feet, and kicks up a fair amount of dust in the process, and fallen leaves. And you all hear a voice, not from the Colossus, though, at least not out loud. Rather, this one's soft and inside your head. It says, "Welcome, supplicants, the Twin Temples. You may not enter. Tragedy has struck. The faithful inside cannot help you. We apologize. Please go elsewhere."
Mm.
Could you inform us as to the nature of this tragedy? Because it is very likely that we could instead assist with this matter.
There is no assisting to be done. The tragedy has come and gone. All inside have perished. Only rotting flesh and steel and stone remains.
Well, we have come to make our own prayers, not to request the prayers of anyone within. That and we walk with the Morrigan's light. Surely you would like to see that the fallen supplicants are escorted to their proper places?
It is dangerous within. Many golems and spirits have gone wild, uncontrolled. You will
We can
be in
handle that
danger
matter.
within.
We will handle that matter as well. Though thank you for the warning.
The golem takes a step back, and you see it incline its head. By your free will, then, enter and bear the consequences. You may. The voice cuts out, and you see the golem go stiff for a moment, its knuckles crunching into gauntlets. And another voice inside your head says, "Oh, please, always so soft-hearted. No, you can't come in. This is my home now. You're not wanted. Fuck off."
And who would you be?
Who am I? I'm the last priestess of Talion.
Okay. And by what name do you go, my lady?
My, so forward with questions without even introducing yourselves.
You're right,
The
I have
manners.
overstepped. My name is Nahia Losstaker. And from an old family a long ways off.
Losstaker. A salamander. How cute.
Thank
Don't
you.
see many of your kind these days.
From the sounds of it, you're not used to seeing any kinds these days.
Well, I suppose that's true, isn't it? Still and all. I am Bishop Elsina. You tread upon my home now, my tomb. I very much do not want to be disturbed. So go
Is
take
there
your
not
prayers elsewhere.
Is there not anything that we could gift you in offering?
Offering? I don't want an offering. My god is dead. What do you survive for offerings?
Another afterlife at the very least, so that you're not alone.
Afterlife. There is no afterlife anymore, haven't you heard? God's abandoned us.
That
Oh no, take a closer look at me. You should be able to see at least some glimpse of the presence riding on my shoulder. When I say I walk with the Morrigan, it wasn't metaphor.
Mori squawks. The pair of tremendous stone golems take a step forward, lumbering headless things. They seem to see well enough. Incline their heads over, staring at the lot of you. The Morrigan, really now.
Indeed.
we also have with us a priestess of Woavar. She can attest that the gods are back.
Oh, good. Now the cowards have returned. And we're all saved, is that right? Well, sorry I interrupted. Please come on in.
Well, with your leave. It would not do to leave you in, well, loneliness and suffering.
Loneliness and suffering. Don't speak as if you know my situation.
At the very least, we could clean your house.
Indeed, it is certainly very dusty.
That was easier until you destroyed my outer golem, but very well. Enter if you must.
My gratitude.
You all feel a slight tingle in the back of your heads, and the colossal golem relaxes its fists. The other constructs relax. August will look around, squint. Fucking Alcina, god damn it.
Do you know who that is?
Yeah.
Wait,
Talionite bishop. Like she said. What?
Sounded
Yeah.
a
right. Yeah, I priced Quinn.
Spreads his hands.
that sounded a little more personal than just her being a Talionite bishop, August.
Well, for one thing, she's going to recognize me. So that's going to be a fight as soon as we get in the door. Point the second. Glance around again awkwardly. Yes, so she didn't give you her surname. That would be Autumn Star.
Oh.
Distant
Would you like to
cousin.
wait out? Would you like to wait out here, perhaps?
Not really. I had to go stab her.
No.
Actually, I take that
No.
back. She was one of the less douchey of my relatives.
So was she an aunt? Another sister? Cousin?
Does some mental calculations. She is my mother's sister's daughter's sister-in-law?
Sounds
I don't
like
fucking
niece.
know. No, she's not an in-law. Shit, wait. No, she's a pure blood. Ish. I think she married. No, one of her parents was a human.
So
What?
she's a cousin with some various degrees of removal.
Yeah, basically a nobody. As August steps up onto the top of the stairs, the golems all turn towards him. Clenches his lips. Gentlemen?
Okay.
Does anyone actually see where the way
Yeah,
in
it's
is?
behind this dude.
Yeah,
Behind the
it's
big
behind
boy.
the Colossus.
Big lad.
And he has stepped aside, right? I just think he's...
No, he is standing directly in your path.
Oh.
The Colossus looks down at you and very slowly takes a knee in front of you and extends a hand. You think he means to shake it, but then Mori hops off into its palm. The Colossus will rise again. Oron's little helmet will boop into this Colossus's faceplate, as if in communion for a few moments. You'll hear Morrigan's voice in your head. There we go.
I don't notice that anyone else can hear. I'm just same old for me.
I wonder, would it be improper to actually summon the Lady Morgan
I
here?
did not want to make things terribly confusing, but I will do once we're at the altar proper.
Don't trouble yourself on my account. Listen. Father says that this temple is no longer consecrated in his name, nor in Talion's. He has no power within, but would caution you that this bishop is powerful, a wraith, and has vexed him for some time.
Oh.
We would appreciate her removal.
Sure. Is there any chance that we can get her to leave by her own choice? If you're willing to escort her willingly onward to one of them.
The entire Colossus does a big shrug. If she's
Oh, well.
willing, of course I will help, but doubtful.
Certainly worth trying. It's not the first, nor do I hope it will ever be the last time we handle such matters without anyone coming to blows.
Well, I put nothing past you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Boom.
Wander on in.
So, is she a ghost then?
That, Wraith. Big, strong version of Ghost.
What do they hurt? What do they not like?
Right. Well, it's more, I guess, that they don't give a shit about necrotic, and I don't think they care about. Tell me about Wraiths.
Sure. So obviously, like all undead, Radiant is the preferred solution. It absolutely will always pierce their various DRs. They're never resistant or immune. In this case, Wraiths are, as a rule, resistant to acid, cold, fire, lightning, thunder, and non-magical physical attacks. They're immune to necrotic and poisoned. They are
What were they
incorporeal,
resistant?
so they can go through stuff. They have sunlight sensitivity, and they can life drain people and also create other undead.
Can you repeat their resistances?
Sure, I'll just copy it.
Thank you.
There it is. There it is.
Shot just slumps her shoulders. God.
That's
Talk
from
about-
from non-magical.
Talk about literally everything.
Yeah, there's a long list, admittedly.
Even really. Yeah, everything I can. Yeah, everything.
That said, hey Tassie, do you know Daylight? Oh, gesture, T-pose style.
Ironically, daylight specifically doesn't count as sunlight.
It does not, which is very silly.
It's really retarded. But also, I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's a domain spell for her.
It is a domain spell for her, yeah.
If it's got sensitivity, though, it even like the Daylight spell means that it will have disadvantage to swing at us, so it's worth having anyway, even though it can't burn them. It is a bright light source.
So, are there any preps you'd like to do before you enter the temple itself?
Well,
Ah.
unfortunately, I spent all of my holy water recently. I need to make more of that at some point.
Oh, do you need some?
I take it you guys have got like a fucking hilarious quantity of it.
I've got 8 vials on me.
So,
Would you like 4?
I got the 5 on me.
Sure, 4 sounds good, thank you.
let me
There's
see.
also, if you got protection from good and evil, you just make choose undead.
Yeah, I don't actually do that. I don't need protection. I destroy them these days.
Oh well, it's not that. But does anybody like heroism potions? I know I do. I wrote earlier that I popped one.
They don't do as much for me these days. I already rock a lot of temporary vitality.
Well, it's also the little help thing out of character. It's the bless object.
Sure.
The hour, the hour-long bless a portion of heroism.
Hashat will switch over with Valyria, and Valyria will cast Protection from Good and Evil on Hashat.
Makes sense.
Picking undead.
You don't have
Yes.
to pick something. It just works on all.
Yeah, you don't have to pick something.
Yeah, it's
No, I
always-
think
always-
it's,
No,
Valyria-
you
Okay.
get to be protected against all of the extraplanar and weird shenanigans.
holy
Mhm.
shit.
Yes,
That's
it's a
gotta
very,
help a lot.
it's a very
Yeah,
good
it's a-
general use spell because they didn't want to have like 20 fucking protection from, so they crunched them.
Right.
Yeah. I don't think you even have to pick evil or good. You'll
Correct.
get both of them.
Yeah,
She'll
you always
dip-
have both of them.
She'll
Wow,
dip into
that's
Hashat's
so
sorcery
broken.
points as well. Make that last for 20 minutes. So,
Smart.
It's a concentration,
How-
so
big is this place?
It's hard to say. It's built into the side of the rock face, so this looks like it's kind of. It's just a
Cassie-
flat door.
Cassie will inform the group that she could hold back her biggest thing until we get up to it, the wraith, and she can bless someone's weapon to be holy for a time. It'll last for about an hour.
she also
But-
looks at Tarnavak.
What do you mean to be holy?
She will infuse her. She could infuse her weapon to become a holy weapon. I'll just print the spell card. Big
Or
magic.
2d8 extra radiant per hit.
Creaky.
You should definitely just put that on Tarn and we just feed them into the fucking blender.
Also, Tassie could then cause your weapon to explode with light.
Hey, I have a copyright on that.
But that would dispel the. That would definitely dispel the effect on your weapon.
That
Yeah.
said, like blowing it away, like after doing like the fighting spirit like fucking surge combo, if you go wild and you're like, ooh, so close, she can just crackle. Yeah, that should
No,
that should
bonus
that should
action.
whole ass go. Oh yeah, it's a bonus
No.
action.
Yeah,
But
it's a
yeah,
bonus action on her.
That could go on Tarn's weapon like right now.
She can only do it once, so
Oh, she casts it as a bonus action. Wait, yeah, no, hang on to it until we literally prove we can't talk her out of violence. If we go in with Holy Weapon cranked and ready, there is literally 0% chance that we succeed in talking her down.
Well, I will make August and Cyrus drink a heroism potion each, so they get blessed.
Oh, okay. Sure, why not?
Well, you still have that potion I gave you before, just in case. Remember?
I was more saying that I can just cast Bless, but sure.
Save spells of might.
Also, I'd like to point out, we're doing all this in front of these things she can see through.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll turn to you for Colossus. We don't want to get into any sort of fight, but you are a very intimidating person. Please forgive us for protecting ourselves in case you do decide to remove us by force.
Morgan
This
just kind of looks down at a lot of you, and you hear her voice saying, "Oh, I cut her off from responding, but I'm sure she's very mad about it."
Alright. I'm gonna pull out my staff and dramatically place a cleaning cloth on the underside of it and walk into the room, swiffering ahead of me as I go. What? They said I'd clean up.
No,
I'm
you-
not going to make
you have
let
to-
circumstance make a liar of me. You guys can piss around however you like.
Get out the broom. You sweep first, then afterwards. Wow.
No, look, this cloth is double. We call it the Swiffer. It is very useful on ship decks.
What is this peasant cleaning? Just cast prestidigitation.
Sure. Obviously, you have not experienced the great joy that is running a Swiffer down a deck, but sure.
You know
Yeah,
what's
I have
funny?
people to do that for me.
Isn't that what cabin boys were invented for?
I thought that was sodomy.
I mean, that came later.
If you say so. Yeah. Saris will and sigh and follow Nahia in prestidigitating.
I would join you, but I don't know how to do that.
I hate you so much, right? I'm in my kitchen. I'm cooking a quick sandwich, right? And I'm like, oh man, look at all this mess. I wish I could just point my finger and clean it up. And then I hear Savin go, "What's this peasant salt?" That's what prestidigitation's for.
It's true. Alright, so you guys open the door and step in. There is a tremendous vaulted chamber on the inside, a dome of marbles high above, in which a replica of the sun in gold and brass is suspended from the ceiling, orbiting slowly on some unseen hinge. A pair of statues stand tall, representing Talion and Woavar, both handsome elven men. And you note, resting at the foot of the Woavar statue, is a little baby Morrigan, maybe 12 years old or so, her arms wrapped around Daddy's foot.
Oh, you're precious.
Wait, is it like actually Morgan?
Yeah,
Like
it's an actual Morrigan statue.
little kiddo Mori.
Oh, it's a statue.
Yeah, no, Morgan herself is not here, but you do. I mean, she is, but
Aw, you're so
Morgan.
precious.
Everyone just us.
I just
Yeah.
want to pinch her little cheeks.
I think in bird form she will try to gouge out your eyes. But no, that is wonderful and precious.
Make sure to dust that statue extra good.
Oh, absolutely. Sauntering in, cleaning casually as I go. And taking notes, I guess, for Mori's tempo.
yeah. So this is a huge single chamber. There are three, what you might call annexes leading off of it. One to the library, it says in big elven draconic celestial script. One to the altar of sunlight, and one to the sanctuary. Moriel kind of gesture her wings towards the altar of sunlight.
Sure, let's go take a look. And as I go past the little statue, gonna pull out an extra handkerchief and rub little statue Mori's cheeks clean of dust.
Yes,
Get
good.
pecked.
Peck all you want, you can't peck through love.
More pecking.
Pecking intensified.
Picking intensifies.
Right. So, the altar of sunlight it turns out, quite a bit above the rest of the temple. You go through a small chapel of Woavar, but that's clearly not your destination. There's a tremendous staircase leading from behind the pews up, at least 200 feet, enough that poor Saris gets a little winded. To take herself a little breather break about 2/3 through, grumbling about not being used to all this walking anymore.
How do these people without wings do this all the time? Ugh.
She'll go
Normally,
back
if I
into her
wanted to go
wingies.
all the way up there, I would just fly on the outside of the temple.
No. Well,
Everyone else is just leg day every day, so we're just fucking pillars and glutes.
Yeah, except Tassie, who's just making a shot carrier.
yep.
Yeah.
You
On the
ride-
plus side,
It is about-
the further back you lag, the more you get to look at all of our luscious, glistening bodies as we travel up these stairs.
Please stop sexualizing me. Thank you.
Oh, I was sexualizing us.
Sarah
I
starts
think it
touching
sort of
Melissa's.
goes both ways of a statement like that.
Does it? I don't know. I figure that it is entirely sex neutral to just enjoy a work of art. Everyone gets to see the body.
How do you get through this narrow staircase with an ego that big?
Great. Enjoy. I make it look real good. Yeah.
Nice.
As we go, if we have like if there's like an offering bowl or anything left out, I like pull out a nice little neat platinum coin and I shall place it down. It seems like a good idea.
Mori will hop off of your shoulder and pick it up.
Ah. Look, we're visiting another temple.
Yeah, cool.
You can't
Well,
steal
um,
from your papa.
One that isn't consecrated anymore.
Look, there's just a way to do things.
You
It's
hear a
not going
voice
to
in your
wreak.
head complaining. Well, how is he going to get it if I don't bring it to an actual temple? So
Feels
don't put
wrong to just
shiny
like
things in
leave.
front of me and not expect me to pick them up.
It feels so wrong to just like go past these things and leave no offerings at all.
No, leave all the offerings you want, and then I will take them. You
Just
feel
squint.
smugness radiating from Boron.
Hmm. Like from everyone behind me on the stairs, you watch Nahia come to like a sudden stop, and just hold the entire column up to pointedly pull out a piece of parchment, doodle on it an adorable picture of child of child Morrigan, fold it neatly and place it on the offering bowl before pinning it there. All right, sorry, just had to do some things. Carry on. Keep on walking.
So it takes a couple of minutes to get to the top of the stairs, whereupon you find that there is a door quite securely bolted from the inside, but that is where you are and you can unlock it without any trouble. There is a sound of decompression. Air rushes past you as some sort of magical ward undoes itself, and you are let out on top of the crevasse. There is a long path leading from the door itself up to the very edge of the cliff overlooking it, where you can see there is a monumental dais of stone, and at the very, very tip, pointed due west, there is a semicircular extension of marble with a great many pillars, one of which supports a titanic icon of the sun. In the middle, there rests an altar, and flanking the altar are a pair of figures, both intimately familiar to the party.
Ooh. Oh wow. This place is nice.
It is. Yes, indeed. Just beside the altar, you see Morgan herself sitting on one of the rocks, her wings extended. She gives Nahia a playful smile and Mithras, on the other side, the lusciously curvaceous goddess of fertility, stands dressed in a plain white robe and inclines her head, a motherly smile upon her lips.
Yay.
I will
Ladies
beckon you
and gents.
closer.
Yeah. Shall approach. I shall bow politely and deeply.
Or I will hop off of her stone and approach you in kind, extend a hand invitingly. Come, all of you.
Shall
It
stand
was
and follow.
not easy to convince Father to let me borrow the altar for this, but I have no temples of my own anymore. And besides, this one has a personal significance to the idea of these blades you wish to make. This is where the first one was forged.
Oh. That certainly makes sense.
Well, what are you all waiting for? Get up here.
I suppose where can we stand but won't be in the way?
Just not on the altar itself. You'll gesture
Not over
at-
there.
Yeah, that thing.
Ah, all right. Wasn't sure how much wiggling would be required for this.
Please. We are a serious religion with very little wiggling.
I mean, the Church of Agarash is a serious religion, but when you get right down to it, flame dancing is just wiggling while on fire.
Like I said, we are a serious religion, unlike Agarash. Mithras will giggle and then accept a big Nahia hug. Hello,
That
darling.
feels so good every time.
It does. Warms you right down to your little bones.
Hmm.
Or his wings will
No,
spread.
Ceres could use one of those.
Oh. Sarah's just wave her hand off.
Ceres could,
Please no, I will actually
no.
cry again.
No, you get. Go.
Please no.
Mithras' bosom is made for the tears of a child.
She is enveloped into mommiest hugs. And yeah, you immediately hear crying from inside Mithras' bosom.
Nahia knows it incredibly well.
Moria will sigh. Well, I was expecting this to be a joyous occasion, but okay, that works too.
Well, you can't say it is the most motherly of hugs.
I know. Believe me, I know.
Ah.
Yeah. You can't also deny that.
Mithras,
She
did you see
also
her statue?
needed
It's so
one.
precious.
Mithras nods. Of course, dear. I've spent plenty of time in this temple myself. Why,
No.
Mori was conceived down below.
Huh, that
Well,
makes
just down
sense.
there.
Mori's face will just turn into a tomato red. Mother! Mithras will giggle and pat Ceres on the head.
Don't be so embarrassed, Morrigan. We were all expecting to find that place sooner or later. It's just how our adventures go. Nahia especially has like a seventh sense for embarrassing you.
It just pats Mori on the back. Hey, at least
I
it's a
bully
really
because
nice
I love.
place. Hey, it just pats Mori on the back and said, at least this is a really nice place. Mom said I was on a table.
Yeah.
Mithras will look over Ceres's head and say, I suppose a table is a step down from an altar, but not by a lot. Mother,
Well,
I suppose that is something I can brag about. The place where I was born was rather wondrous.
Well, yes, all of it. Well, I suppose the cloaca is technically more magical and whatever.
I was going to say in the arms of my fellow siblings, but I guess that also counts.
Yeah. I'm sorry, it's nature's time saver. You have the most efficient system.
Mithras will just nod. I am very proud of cloacas, yes.
Like a fucking architect. But there's that one time Mithras got fucking absolutely shit-hosed drunks and then duck penises happened.
wait, I just remember something. I look at Mithras's form and I get out Venus de Ursa and I compare.
So you hold it up, and they look remarkably similar for about a second, and then Mithras fills out ever so slightly to become thicker.
Oh,
It's like a wizard with a hat in a room. You can't do that, Ursula. That's dangerous.
Yeah, Ceres's entire head disappears.
Yeah, Ursula, you can't do that. That's in fact
no.
why like religious dogma means that we can only make statues of Mithras of a certain thickness.
Oh no, I was just seeing it because I was the dwarven Mithras statue was like just make a motion to yourself, so I was using that as a basis. So I wanted to see how it compared to the real deal.
Ah.
Hashat, gonna ask nicely if you can tie that down to your leg.
That I don't think I have enough rope for that.
Mithras will
Get out
glance
there.
over from Ceres, look at you, look at Ceres. If I wasn't taking care of this one, I would take care of you, darling. Don't worry. It's okay. Be proud of yourself.
Get out 20 foot of
Oh.
chain
Really,
and
really stealing the
bullet, right?
momentousness of this occasion. You are.
Ooh. I mean, if you're so inclined, we
Mori's
could always
already.
try and make something else on that altar.
No,
Moria's buried her
Just-
face in her hands, curled her wings down. You're all just the worst. I hate all of you.
no, not even.
It's impossible for a
Just
goddess
get
to
over here.
die. It's impossible for a goddess to die of embarrassment.
It's gonna get close.
Oh, hold on. I can do a thing real quick with that. Hold on 1 second. Oh, where'd it go?
Nah, Hashat sort of like lets the beast hang and sway.
That's what
David.
that's what the kilt is for.
Yeah, no, if you tried to armor Hashat's dick, then you wouldn't need to purchase a portable ram.
Son of
I mean,
holding.
we don't need to armor Hashat's dick for that. We just have Hashat.
That is
She
true.
is
She is
portable,
hard as
yeah.
stone.
Yes, although not quite that portable. I mean,
Oh no, it is. She can sort of like, power thrust against a wall. I'm now imagining fucking poor, like Tarnavak is finally ready to show down, bust down the palace doors, but you're like, fuck, at my final moment, this ram broke. And Hashat steps up to the fucking plate. No, allow me.
Perhaps
Pelvic thrust, the door explodes open.
Yes, just fuck the Imperial Palace into submission.
She's doing it! She's making the Imperial Palace come!
Oh God.
I'm just gonna make a charisma check to flirt with Mithras. Excuse me.
Fair. I can't blame you.
okay, you're literally gonna flirt with the goddess of fertility on the sun altar in
Do
the
you see
face
my?
of
Do you see
Yeah,
my?
how can she literally not resist flirting?
Like I
Yeah.
actually can't.
I fear that we may lose Hashat now.
Why?
Taken
Oh.
to be Mithras's breeding toy forever.
Oh no.
Yeah, even scarier, her shot special seed means she always conceives.
It's be fine. I'm sure I won't roll well.
I mean, it's not like
Right.
Woavar is literally watching this happen.
Fuck, I can't find it. Anyway, when Szooth asks if a god can die of embarrassment, Mithras will say, "Oh yes, they can. Watch this." She will reach over and boop Morgan on the nose, and her hair dye will fall out, replaced with blonde Maury.
Oh, that was just mean.
That was more of a philosophical question rather than you trying to prove the point.
Well, that was savage.
But like,
Were you looking for trying to find a blonde Mori and just the wall of Elf?
Well, no, I was trying to find her on a map, but I can't. There's
Ah.
too many maps.
Too many maps.
To be fair, I think the last time she
Blonde-
would have been blonde Mori on a map would have been Dracolich time.
No, I looked there. She wasn't blonde there.
She
oh,
was
no,
blonde.
she was on the
Tarnavak's
island.
house.
there too. And she was blonde in the Death Island Electric Boogaloo. No.
Oh, whatever. We all know what she looks like.
Yeah, we've seen
I'll
it.
find it eventually.
Oh, shot.
Oh dear.
Uh-oh.
What did she roll?
Odds.
To flat.
No, I mean
Flirt with
what
Mithras?
number?
21.
21.
Okay, that's a pretty good flirt.
It's really good for her shot. She's usually only rocking +3.
I mean, it was just a raw charisma check.
That is true. Isn't your persuade a lot higher?
I mean, it's a 7.
Then that's a
Plus
20.
7, but...
That's 25.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
Still
persuasion.
pretty
is
stout.
not-
Regardless. Yeah, so anyway, now that Maury's dying
Oh,
of
that's
embarrassment
nice.
for even more reasons. Yeah. Once Saris is done, Mithras is going to lean in and run a hand up Hashat's thigh. You really are a special horse, you know that.
Whew. Well, that is what my wives always tell me.
Oh yes, you are their magnificent stud. Perhaps Maury would just lean in. Mother, please. Please, no, later. Later, please. Thank you.
Later, I'll hold you to that.
God damn it. Okay, this is shit. I hate all of you. Nahia, do the thing.
Oh, right. Yeah, sure. I just needed to find my brain again. Let's see here. I shall pull out a very beautiful. Let's see here if I've got the description of it still. A masterwork hilt of hard metal and silver. A pommel or a hilt jewel. Set with the Raven's amulet and a drop of Morrigan's blood. Awaiting blessings. And you can see this thing is like liberally, not so much dusted as like actually encrusted in 750 gold's worth of residium.
is a beautiful piece indeed. I'll watch you lay it down non-approvingly. Beautiful
And,
hilt, but that's not all there is there? No, the sword is more than just metal. It is an instrument of will, force made manifest, divine force, and personal force. By this weapon, may our wills be done. She will take the hilt and the ingredients you have set aside, set them together on the altar, and look to the sunburst standing above you. What say you, Nahia? What will you do with this sword once made?
I will protect everyone. I will slay those dead beings who would mean to take life from others. And I will see that this edge can bring no harm to those who are innocent.
Good, good.
I would stand to protect your word and for families of the future in Mithrasis. And ensure that it is only wielded justly. And that is so habitual with swords laid down the ages. I will see that this one spends no time growing dusty on a shelf. When my time with its use is done, it will pass hands to another who has been trained to ensure that they too will wield it with the correct conviction, righteousness, and selflessness.
This pleases me greatly. I am privileged to have a champion of your caliber, Nahia. A champion who values justice and life, and who can and will give the dead their just respite. But I am not alone in blessing this blade. Mother... Oh, for fuck's sake. I am alone in blessing this blade. So be it. Mori will step up, and she will lay hand on the hilt and take one of your hands, Nahia, and place it over hers. So, in my name, Nahia, take up this pale flame and show the world what we are made of. The two of you together raise your hands up, and from the hilt erupts a ghostly silvery blade of light, bursting into existence with that familiar sunblade whir. And as it goes, it catches the light perfectly above, reflecting onto the sunburst disk in front of you, bright enough to blind everyone for a split second. And when it is gone, your eyes recover. Mori and Mithras are gone. But in their place is left a blade of pure radiance crackling in Nahia's hand.
Well, that was certainly spectacular. And behold, the pale Talon.
All right, I'm back. Oh,
Well then, that is something.
should I roll a? Oh wait, she's just gone.
Because she's
Yeah,
gone,
they proved
but
that once the
also-
sword was done. But you did also get jerked off.
Oh my. Whew. Oh lordy. Should I?
Excellent. Does this mean it also damages golems then, just as
Yeah, they are
much as
unliving.
undead? Sweet.
Oh, so all right. Let's see. Let's take a look at the sword you got here. Ooh.
It's real juicy.
Ooh, a +2 to spell attack rolls? Oh wow.
No.
That's
Save
nice.
DCs.
And save DCs. That's really nice.
It is pretty fucking excellent.
And it's a +2. Ooh, well, it is a legendary weapon.
Yeah, it's not
Yes,
going to do
this
quite
was-
as much damage as Tomakiri, but it will buff your spellcasting some.
Yeah, which is
Goddamn.
pretty wonderful.
I mean, attacking like an unliving creature, it does actually beat it by like 2 points on average.
Yeah, I mean,
Hey, I'll take it. I think that counts then for a win.
it's
Is
in
that-
its
is it doing its job?
specialized use, yeah.
And that, like, that effect when you're down, that is incredible.
It is great. It's because as well, like the Raven Charms version of that power was just ever so slightly not helpful. Because you had to fail a death save and then it would pulse for not match.
Yeah.
But no, that is now quite wonderful.
And hey, you are now a guidance spot.
Woo!
Fuck
Prepare
yeah.
for me to forget that like every fucking time.
Nahia and August can cast guidance on each other, smugly using their cool lightsabers.
Heck yeah.
They both. Oh yeah, they do both have lightsabers now.
Yeah. August just doesn't use his because it creeps him out. Made of
Bah.
blood. And yeah, Hashat, take a rank of exhaustion. You are swaying on your feet. You don't remember climaxing or anything. Just there was a flash of light, and then Mithras was gone, and now your balls are raisins.
Oh, definitely. I'm not sure what happened, but I feel incredible and also exhausted.
I think that's either a typo or like accidentally more incredible than expected. Here
Uh-oh.
it says it's versatile 2d10 properties.
Yes, that looks intended because it deals 2d8 radiant normally.
That's so wicked.
It doesn't deal any normal damage. It just deals basically radiant tongue damage.
Sweet. Alright, 2d.
Oh yes. What is the color of a blade of radiant moonlight?
It is silver.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna drink some milk now. Excuse me.
As you're dealing with that sword, August will pat the hilt attached to his own belt and say, maybe when we're down in the Talion part of the temple, we can do something about this piece of shit. Congratulations, Nahia. Well earned.
Thank you. And thank you for the opportunity previously to use yours. That very much helped getting over the whole fear of swords bit, at least in regards to pommels full of holy light.
I would say, August, don't get your hopes up too much. without Talion actually around anymore, you'll probably need a hell of a lot of residium.
Maybe. I don't know. It's more like a curse on this thing. It's not like it's broken. It still works. Maybe that cunty cousin of mine can fix it. Glances down at himself. Yeah, not likely.
I don't know. You've been making more progress than you realize. We'll just have to see how far gone into undead madness she is.
Even I can't deny you've been doing rather well. Aside from your usual snarky attitude and comments, your actions have been speaking very clearly.
Oh, stop. You're making me blush.
Don't worry, I'll go back to insulting you very quickly.
Attaboy. Still.
Hey, think positive. You can blush.
If anyone's going to ever never forgive me, it's probably a priest of Talion. Especially a crusading war priest of the Sky Knights. Yeah, probably not happening.
Probably, but not impossibly.
Really, what's the worst that happens? You throw yourself on her mercy, she refuses, and then bam! You don't have to be so tired all of the time.
I'll be honest, of all the people who could potentially kill me, I think I'm most afraid of a priestess of Talion doing it. She might actually fuck my soul up.
Can wraiths actually do that?
Yeah.
People
Look
who
like a
are
fucking
dropped as
Morganite?
people who are killed by wraiths come back as undead. So at
Oh,
worst,
shit,
you just
actually.
yeah. Would you like me to like double tap you right now so you don't actually end up getting ghouled or wraithed? Because I just realized that's a tremendous danger, and your wife will literally never forgive any of us if that happens.
You just keep me from getting murdered by this bitch.
Does anyone have a Death Ward spell available?
Cassie waves her hand.
I mean,
Tessie did
Yeah,
prepare that today, didn't she?
she did.
Excellent.
Yeah, I
Okay.
might want to pop that one on August. We really do not want the second coming of him as a terrible, powerful undead again.
That would be kind of bad.
Oh,
yes.
powerful undead my ass. It's a wraith.
Oh, right, yeah, you'd be a
They
real
make
stinky,
shitty,
shitty
gross
undead.
undeads.
Yeah, that's right, you'd be all rotty tops.
I mean,
Just the,
wraiths are pretty powerful, aren't they?
Not really.
Not like vampire levels, but
I'd give them like a 5 out of 10.
I mean, that's enough to wipe out a settlement or two.
Well, yeah, but still. It'd be a downgrade from just being alive, which, you know. Actually, I don't think I could keep my paladin spells. I don't know. I don't really want to know. Wraith is spooky. I've turned people into vampires before. Do not particularly want to see what getting turned into a wraith looks like. They are gross.
And no one wants to be gross.
Indeed.
Well, except you, apparently.
Szooth says, eating a
What?
book.
Why would
I'm
I
not the
want?
one who got a fucking hand job in the middle of a divine ritual.
Look, a goddess did it. Thank you very
It
much.
it was Mithras. I'm not going to lie. It was 100% within keeping and their expectation.
Ah, yes. Legends speak of the holy hand job of Mithras.
Although she didn't.
They
leave
do.
There's no mess left. There's no mess, so I'm
That's
not sure
because
where
she
it all
took
went.
that with her.
She took
Hashat.
it with her.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Just so you're aware, if she's not going to use it, then when a mother prays that her child quicken, she's probably going to take a dosage from the Hashat quart.
Mm.
Is that how does that happen?
It's sort of how a Deva interacts if they're of Mithras ilk. She's probably going to hand it off to one of her divine servants.
I, for one, hope she does actually use it. The Minotaurs deserve a patron demigod.
That is a point, I suppose.
That would be something.
The holy hand job of Antioch.
There's going to
So-
be a brand new breed of Asamus.
Asamus. Oh dear.
Asamus or Musamirs? That is the question. Asamus or Musamirs?
I mean, that's a fair point, Saris, but given how much flirting Hashat here was throwing, I think the permission was pretty implicitly there. Right, Hashat?
Sorry?
I mean, if Mithras did decide to impregnate herself, you would be okay with that, right?
Oh my goodness. I mean, her? Oh, fuck yeah. Hell yeah. Although, honestly, I would prefer to do it myself. You know, be present for the act. But, I mean,
Wait, would that
I
make
wouldn't
you
say
like
no.
Morris in-law? Hey, would that make you like Morris in-law or like
Even further beyond.
She would. Well, if Hashat and Mithras were married, then she would be Morrigan's stepmother. But just, creating a half sibling together doesn't create any relationship between them.
Oh, I'm
Now
not
imagine
nearly,
it
I'm
now
not
as
nearly-
Maury sat in her Raven's tree in her portion of the dream, and then like Hashat turns up, like, "Hey kiddo, hope you don't mind, but I moved into your mom's place, and well, you weren't using your bedroom, so we put a sex swing in."
I'm not nearly cool enough to like marry a
Not
daughter.
nearly cool enough to put a sex swing in Maury's in
Nahia,
Mithras'
Voron
house.
dies on your shoulder. Just keels over. Falls onto the
Oh.
ground.
Oh baby. You're not supposed to give a bird a stress heart attack.
Oops.
Oh.
the worst part about that is the fact that if you go up there, you can just walk between the dreams, the realm, like the various god realms.
You'll need permission to enter, and I think she might put up a no soliciting sign. I'm not gonna lie.
No,
You can't just freely waltz from dream to dream. That'd be insane and rude, and probably dangerous.
A thought like that. I do have to wonder how much the gods are bound by those same rules.
Well, I'd love to ask. From what I'm aware, like I'm pretty sure Mithras can hop in whenever she wants because she's a parent god. And same would apply to Woavar. But vice versa, I believe they would be able to tell Mori that she is not allowed to enter. Yeah, and I suppose Talion was powerful enough that he could have chosen to waltz into whichever one he fucking wanted.
Then, actually, as his champion, were you able to do that, August?
August went to the Abyss, right?
What? No, I've never been to the Abyss. You can't get out of there. Actually, you can't go there in the first place.
I thought you actually met Eri, like, Abyss side.
What?
No.
No.
I met her in a
No.
tavern.
Oh, right, yeah, no, I remember the story now.
He
Who am I
got his
thinking?
he got his face mauled off by a white queen, and Eri nursed him back to life.
Right.
Yeah.
What's what I'm thinking of that said they
And
went
you're
to the
thinking of
Abyss and back?
Talion himself.
Right.
How he pulled that off, no fucking clue. But yeah, I've been to the Dream a few times myself. It's hard to describe how it works exactly. It's like an infinite plane of smoke and clouds, and occasionally you pop onto an island. That's each god's dream, but there's a liminal space between them. You sort of exist one moment, then
What?
stop existing, and then you're on another island, but there is space between them.
Hmm.
I guess
What's liminal space?
it's time and space don't work correctly between the islands of the dream, but there is quote unquote physical space there.
Subliminal. It basically means it is below your ability to perceive it.
Hmm.
So, subliminal
liminal,
space.
you
It's something that exists, but you can't form. You can't realize it that it does exist. You just go through it, right?
Right.
Oh, like subconscious.
Yeah, it's if you step out of a dream, you go unconscious and you wake up somewhere else. Kind of. It's weird. I don't think that happens to the actual gods, though. They can wander around in the infinite void. Actually, August considers something, seems to have an internal crisis, shakes his head. Never mind. Anyway, yeah, it's not pleasant. Stay on the islands, kids.
Well, will do. Not planning on being up there for a long time anyway. Not actually sure where I'd go at this point.
Probably Senatrea. She likes dragons.
True. Yeah, I just figured. I don't actually think Agarash would take me anymore.
No way. Too much of a nerd.
Too much of a nerd.
Sorry, can't come into my heaven. You're too lame.
You can't get into Agaresh's fucking realm. This is the Iron Church, and you forgot how to worship, brother.
Yeah, basically.
I can't do that voice after, like, DMing yesterday.
Oh, did you have your horrible like space metal
it's just
dragon
that
again?
I ended up having a lot of dialogue wherein I had to roleplay off of myself at the same time. It was a lot of talking in different accents through that session, so I had like no voice left yesterday.
Fair enough.
It is also why I can't properly slav up Nahia. I don't have the voice for it today.
All right, then. Did making the blade actually drain you in any way, Nahia?
I've never felt better. I'm just gonna need an hour to hook myself up to it.
All right. Well,
So, Tassie, if Mithras comes to visit, would you be wanting to stay? Or would
That's
that be sacrilegious?
yeah, that's not my deity. Although I suppose ritually Mithras and Woavar have had sex, so if I put on a strap on, maybe. No, I don't know. She probably wouldn't want to touch me anyway. I don't have the parts for fertilizing a god.
Oh, I see. I suppose that kind of makes sense.
I've never seen Mithras depicted as a hermaphrodite or anything.
She has Deva for that.
What?
powerful
Messages.
divine servants.
Yeah, everyone has their own fancy version of them. I imagine Wolfars probably look like the most traditionally what everyone recognizes an angelic being as being.
Tassie just kind of stares blankly at you.
I think Ursula. Oh,
There's Ursula.
she was very briefly gone altogether.
Yeah.
She stepped into subliminal space. She's back now.
God's personal servants in the dream and out of it.
The NPCs just kind of look at you with confusion.
That's not a thing.
Hmm.
Yeah, you guys have never seen like angelic beings in any of these games. Seen ASMR once in a while. Even they're pretty rare.
I guess I.
And have you ever actually seen one manifest, Nahia? They're theorized to exist, but I've never seen any record of them.
Well, no, I've never been dead.
Oh, true, but you bear a direct connection to a divine, can't you? Who's coughing themselves to death?
That was
Sorry, that was me.
Szooth goes, "Ugh," and you just see smoke pour out the front of his fucking armor. He's hotboxing his own golem.
You can go to the dream just in your dreams, right?
Sure, but I go to. Well, okay, so I never really succeeded at that when I was with Mithras, and since joining Mori, obviously Mori doesn't have a large circuit of followers or servants, so I wasn't surprised when I didn't see any. I just kind of assumed they were always there.
Maybe the theories are wrong and gods can just be in every place they're needed at once.
Well, they're servants. That's again the idea that certainly gods like to take interest in specific things, but I always figured them to have deific servants to go and do some heavy lifting occasionally, as opposed to making aspects or avatars or anything like that do it.
Aye. But I
always thought they completely existed. That wasn't just a theory. Huh. Oh, I'm kind of disappointed now.
they fill an important philosophical role. One of the possible answers to the questions of how the gods are limited. Because, well, I'll just make a point of thumb at August. There is definite proof that they are limited, otherwise I couldn't be killed. So,
I wonder if it is a role that I could instead offer myself to when eventually one day time comes for me.
Maybe. Wouldn't. Would not be a surprise if their now dead chosen are used as messengers where they cannot go. Or even still living chosen if they are breaking the rules of mortality like Skeza apparently is.
Fair, fair. Yeah, I don't know. It would be nice to take on some kind of like Valkyria's position. Help escort some souls and stuff for Moray when that time comes.
At the very least, even if you can't leave the dream, you can help make it a more comfortable place. Help them settle in when they do get there.
Yep. Yeah, after walking up through here, definitely have some fantastic ideas for Moray's temple.
Any you'd like to share?
Well, for one, I need to try and figure out how to chase marble surfaces with obsidian. Maybe set it with gold so it doesn't fall away or chip. And as interesting as the skull motif was, we have all ourselves seen firsthand what happens when a dungeon is made of bone. And
Unlimited skeletons.
yeah, that feels more like it is taking the piss and also isn't really in keeping with standard burial practice or cremation practice anymore anyway.
Right, here's an idea. Make ornamental skulls out of gold and obsidian. Inset those into the marble. You're keeping with the old traditions and of architecture in a modern way.
It makes sense. Certainly that, I think, triples my costs, but I've got plenty of time to work on that. I also had the idea of, as opposed to like simple altars or prayer chapel pieces, instead make them more like mausoleum spots instead for the blessed ashes of the past. You know, pray on someone and maybe they'll actually be there to give guidance if they would like to do so from the dream. Empower the people.
I mean, have you had a chance to discuss that with Mori before?
No, until I found out that Davers might not be a literal thing, then, you know, now I'm thinking, how can I make them a literal thing? Because they seem like they would be terribly useful. But that bears thinking in another place and time.
True enough. Would certainly need some research done.
It will almost certainly take a couple of the following things: money and blue money.
There's an awful lot that just needs a lot of money to do.
Yep.
While you're all talking, the NPCs have wandered over to where Ursula's apparently drawing shapes in the ground. What you doing there, short stuff?
I'm trying to see, like, what you were talking about?
August nods slowly.
Because yeah, you were talking about how everything was just fog and separated and like that, and were liminal space things. Well, you
Ursula,
were
you're gonna hurt
trying to
yourself.
say things. Yeah, but it's okay. Just need another rock. Oh, there. And well, you say that they were all like together but separated.
Not quite. It's more like islands floating in a lake.
Yeah,
As soon as you get in the water, you just black out.
but if you don't black out in the water, you can get to them like this, right? See, like, say Maurice here, and then Mithras and Woavar and like Khadgar, see, like this,
Right.
and they're all like that. Yes, but this is like, but when you swim, you go down and up as well. So I made a cube. See?
Right.
Yes. And then it's inside, and it's the inside the dream there. But if you
Right.
think like up and down, see, put one rock there, and then you put the other one, and the black. You have a black, yeah, here, you have a black rock. Then, oh, we got this one. Blue, yes, nice blue rock. See, if you put them in the corner like that, they're all inside, all around themselves. If they were not, they could not like go to each other, right?
Yeah. I think you're overthinking this.
Well, I'm trying to see in my head because that's how I see, try to, things I don't understand, I try to see. I try to understand in my head how they would be, right? Put this little orange rock here. Put this little white rock. See? They're all tied together but they're separated, right?
I mean, yes, but not quite like that.
There's water in between each island, right?
Right. Like
Yes.
you've seen an island before, right?
Yes, I know.
Okay.
Yeah. And each island is here. See? They're like an island. Then another island. And there's water in between.
Right. But islands don't float. You're making them on top of each other.
Islands do float.
No, they don't.
There's a flying city.
He just lays back on the rock and laughs. Okay, I mean, I guess I had that coming. But,
Yeah. I don't, like I said, I can't understand, for example, how people think. I'm just trying to think. That's like, this would be the easiest way. Like, what's the word? When you have a ball, remember? When you have a ball and you have dots on a ball, it's easier to move the ball like that. The only problem is that between each dot is the water and you pass out. So it's just like that. I'm trying to think. But you said that Woavar and Mithra could come down to Mori, but Mori couldn't come up to Mithra and Woavar, right?
Ursula, I think you're trying to ascribe physical properties to divinity. That's...
No, I was thinking like they can go down, but the one down can't go up.
I don't think it works like that. It's
Well,
not some sort
Nahia
of
said
divine tesseract.
That's a tesseract.
Never mind. It's... Do you know what a pyramid is?
Yeah, I know what
Okay.
the pyramid. I've seen those
It's
little
not like
stone
that,
things.
where there are some stacked on top of each other. It's not like Senatrea's got a big island on the top, and then there are little tinier, shittier islands for the shittier gods.
Well, why
Ooh,
not?
fighting. Hold that thought.
Yeah. Gonna see what it does when it actually collides another blade. In particular, one that is also quite magic and pointedly has a dispel magic built into it.
Ooh, this would be good.
Yeah, need to find out how this functions.
So, how do we want to resolve this, or just get Savin to narrate?
Probably just go with narrate, I imagine. Otherwise, we'd just be rolling automatic hits on each other. And as entertaining as that is,
Yeah.
All right. In that case, I will ask for a strength check from each of you real quick.
Raw strength?
Yeah, just raw strength. Jeez, you...
we are so thick.
Good God.
Hold on.
What? Why?
Because he's saving face. That makes sense. He's a hobgoblin. Like that's just
It's
a
a
character.
22!
Yeah, but,
He wants to do better. Yeah. Tarnavak wants to do better. I can see that working.
It wasn't a post. All right.
Oh, it wasn't a post. Never mind. I want to hang on to that on that racial feature for the day.
I mean, no, it's fine.
It's short rest, so...
Yeah, but we just finished one. We don't want to like swing this once and then sit down for another hour.
Yeah, but...
No, it's too late.
It's fine. That's on you, yeah.
I'll probably have it back by the time I need it.
Okay.
So the two of you draw your blades and go swinging in on each other. So you have a dispel magic impact a blade made of pure magic, but that also is pure energy and therefore would go straight through Tomakiri. So there is like a magical feedback pulse. And then the pale Talon deactivates for just a brief second and then reactivates past Tarnavak's blade, and you both just chop almost into each other, but you're able to quickly pull yourselves back before either of you hurts the other.
And probably like less. It's been ad eternum since I've even swung around a practice sword, and that used to make us sick. And so now he probably has to like full ass body dodge roll just to not run him through because she wasn't ready for it.
Yeah. So it's that thing that you would think lightsabers would actually do, where they deactivate for a second if they parry somebody and then reactivate through their guard. That happens, but
Yeah.
neither of you wanted or expected it to happen, and it wasn't controlled on Nahia's part. So luckily, you're able to avoid hurting each other. But it was a pretty narrow thing.
Huh. Wild.
Oh. Sheath, sword, pat. It's like scorch mark on armor.
Yep, I'll do the old hilt down, clip on bout.
I don't think you'll have any issue holding back against an actual enemy then.
That is good to know, although obviously I'm going to need to do a bit of practicing. I'm certainly rusty. Also, does it taste to you like you just bit down on the fork as well?
Now you mention it, a little.
Yeah. Alright, good to know. Dinner phase, everyone. What is Ursula doing? Sorry, I've been concentrating. I've been in my own head for like an hour. What is that?
A divine tesseract.
Huh.
Sorry, is she trying to conjure and trap an aspect of one of the gods?
Saris will look up with like obvious concern on her face. I think she might do it accidentally at this rate.
Yeah, like that's the only reason you try to, although it is just drawn in sand, it's not actually actively magical.
We have enough residium between us that we could probably figure out how to make like a quick work like residium ink thing. Not that we'd ever do so or have a need to use it, but I bet we could probably circumvent with the amount we have. Like a circle that is meant to take a lot of time to put down.
Just holds up one of their fucking calibers. It's not just drawn in sand. I have toys. Different colored rocks.
I can see, colors from here.
What's it done?
Yeah, you do, but they aren't magical, right?
I don't know.
August, did you give her magic stones to play with?
No,
She was in the middle of this before I got there.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but it's you. I can absolutely see you seeing her trying something and then giving her shiny magic stuff just to see what happens.
I guess we'll side eye for a moment. Okay, fine. Just gonna go over and pick up Ursula's rocks. Fuck.
Hey, what are you doing?
At this rate, you're actually going to summon Morgan again.
Oh, God.
You might be mad.
She did seem a little cross.
I've got just normal Voron. It's just the bird, and they're in a bird blanket nest in my arms.
Voron's fucking dead.
It's been an hour. She can resummon him.
Fine.
Yeah, I give Voron like the bird burrito blanket, and then I just put on the inside of cloak.
Yeah, he looks like halfway comatose still.
Yeah, that's fine. Comfy time. It'll be great. I'm real warm back there.
Seriously though, at this rate, she was actually going to summon a demon. That was gonna be fucking funny as shit.
August.
What?
Yeah,
We
but
were
she'd only
midway
summon a
through-
math demon.
We were midway through resting. I mean,
What?
and we have to go deal with your cousin. Leave that sort of prank for another time when we're
I'm
not
married to the-
busy.
Queen of fucking demons. What is a demon gonna do?
Probably come out half-formed and mad and try to eat your face.
Ursula can't fuck it up that badly. August will look back towards Ursula. Holy shit, she's actually doing it.
It's a picture. It's a pattern. She can figure out patterns. She just doesn't, you know. I
Come
don't know how
on.
to stretch it.
One more square. One more square. Come on, you can do it.
And look, at least judging by what Nahia's said, it's not that you fuck it up and a demon comes out crazy. It's that you have to do it in a specific way to make them not.
Correct. Again,
Oh.
I was never privy to any of that, but
Oh, I
they
think
grew up in my village.
so. If you do here,
Oh,
then
for crying out loud.
do for
As funny as
Yeah.
it would be, Shot comes over and starts scuffing everything. I think we've spent enough
No!
time here.
No, what you doing? I can't make the straight lines. Oh,
No, enough. We're not going to accidentally summon a demon in here.
no, but I saw a pattern. Oh,
Shh.
no, it's just because the number of rocks and oh,
Sorry to be the buzzkill.
Cirrus
Yes,
goes over and
sorry,
gives you a hug.
Ursula. You were almost certainly constructing a demon summoning circle, but also without enough magic to do so without hurting whoever comes through.
well, but I
There's
saw
also
how the cube, and then you moved it, and like oh, and then it becomes like that. But if you don't have enough sides on the cube, you can't form like a spiky ball. But so if you put a little more squares on it, it becomes more stronger, like structurally stronger. So, you know, like you make with when you make your gingerbread houses. You know, we have each side there, and then you put your cross inside there, like that.
Yes.
He's just staring at Ursula.
Just the thing with symbols like that, they are potent, and since August gave you actual magic to use in it, would have had
Wait,
unforeseen consequences.
I just pick up rocks from the ground.
Well, if they weren't magic, August, then why were you gathering them back up?
to fuck with you.
Now
August
you
will-
ruined my.
August will just shrug and say, I told you they weren't magic when I got her there. They were magic after I walked over and enchanted them real quick. But
Oh, you fucking dick.
I like that.
Oh, so okay, so I can't make this stuff again, right?
Yeah.
Would be
Not
best
while
not to.
August is watching, at least.
Unironically, you got kind of close to a demon summoning circle, which would have been pretty fucking funny. I think.
Oh. Wait. Things from a wait, so
Those liminal spaces they were talking about. You know.
wait, so that's like the abyss?
Anyway, let's go on back inside. We've still got that wraith and library to look through.
Sure.
Yeah, Savin, make sure you untick August's potion of heroism. I think that's worn off, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Don't
As
worry.
is Szooth's. All right, and yeah, you guys can head on in. Do you guys want to go to the inner sanctum, where you will probably find the bishop, or the library first?
Alright. How likely do we think that if the bishop takes issue with us and we have to fight her, this whole complex will start to collapse in on itself?
I don't think that's pretty likely.
I mean, you're magically attuned to stone, Ursula. You have,
No
your
route.
training from growing up. Why don't you actually take a look at this complex's walls? See. Let's get more than a gut feeling of no.
Okay. Well, I get advantage from this, so 21.
This place is solid as fuck, actually. I don't think there's any real chance of it collapsing unless someone hits it with, like, magical artillery.
And is there any magic worked into the stone?
That
To
would be
make- to
something
force it to
Hashat would
collapse.
have to make a roll for.
But they both all can guidance up, so. Yeah. That is. Morning Fiend. Oh shit.
Oh, god damn it. That's not. Oh, that's the wraith.
That's Ursula's new best friend. Don't mind him. He's just checking along.
The fiend buddy just chilling.
But yeah, Kina, could you do an arcana or something for us, please?
Oh, sure. To sense the stone or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
We get advances from Ursula's, but
Didn't help.
Yeah, that's.
This place definitely has a magic to it, but you're not sure the extent or power of it. But this was also a temple where a divine conjuration just happened and has happened in the past. So,
There's a lot of interference.
yeah.
Well, in that case, you should probably get the family reunion out of the way first. Well, actually, Ceres, this is a long shot, but did you know her any?
Saris thinks for a moment. Not really, no. I've heard of her, I suppose. The Sky Knights were a fairly powerful clan at some point, but no, I can't say I've ever met the woman.
All right. Thanks. That's
Sorry. I'm not quite old enough to have met everyone of import.
was worth the asking, though.
So, for the sanctum?
That's my vote.
Yeah.
Let's get this over with then.
Next session.
Yeah. We are at our usual cut time. Yeah, I'll prep the sanctum for next. But for now, let's do XP.
I will mention though that I had to limit myself to basic math.
Alright. Did you explore a new interesting location? Yes. Did you discover new interesting truth about the world?
Mathematical symbols are suspiciously close to demon summoning circles.
Yeah. I've never really
Also,
looked.
that we just found out where Morrigan got conceived.
Yeah, much to her
That's a
chagrin.
play.
We found out that a
was-
god can die of embarrassment.
Companion. That's some companion information right there. Anything.
Yeah, you can count that in for a companion story. You've
Mari's humble beginnings.
did you make a new ally or a lasting enemy? Fortunately, Mithras was always your friendo, or at least Nahia's.
Yay. Yay. Oh, she's everyone's friend, even if they don't quite understand it yet.
It's true. Did you advance or complete a quest? Yeah, you finished Sunblade quest. So it sounds like 4 XP.
Well,
All right. And if you're watching on the stream of YouTube, thanks for tuning in. We will see you in a few days for Sav&D. Till then, adios.